go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fate Eternal Wait, Episode 5. After the party arrived in Bristol and went shopping to get some of the servants some normal clothes, as well as, just grab some food, and the party discussed wishes for the Holy Grail and potential dreams and aspirations, as well as their servants, of course. And so now that that was out of the way, the party continues onwards towards Land's End. But before they're able to do that, they take a stop at Ivan's manor, the Sylvanus Krov Manor, as it stands tall, great, very rich and lavish. The doors open up, and you see the hall in front of you, rich, resplendent, adorned with intricate tapestries, plush velvet furnishings, gilded accents. There's a subtle aroma of flowers arranged in some vases scattered around the mansion, but there's also a hint of something earthy, the scent of books untouched, like they haven't been read in years. And, Ivan. Well, it's only polite to host everyone at their, as you welcome them in.
Ivan just sort of begins walking in, maybe, would you like to take a seat in the living room? Ivan just sort of asks awkwardly.
Actually, I thought maybe we could get to your closet, get some clothes for Cleos.
Those were already provided to Cleos last session.
Yeah.
I thought only a few, or like one set, but
it was only one set. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it was only one set.
Ivan just goes, maybe I could provide him a few of the. Sorry, give me a second. Fuck my throat, man. No, not literally.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, please mute up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Give me a sec. Ivan just like maybe you could take the jackets and pants with. The shirt and pants without the jacket. I think from what we've seen in Greece, these outfits tend to be kind of eye-catching.
I don't mind that much, but you guys apparently do.
So, hostess with the mostest, aren't you gonna give us the grand tour of Chateau Ivan?
Like, sort of, you just watch as, like, he, like, quickly moves his hand, and two of those, like, blood hands he has just sort of opens this set of doors, which just leads to, like, the living room area, and he just says, I can show you to the guest rooms to rest up after this, but feel free to make yourselves at home here or within the living room. I'm going to get those clothes for Cleos if needed. I just you can feel free to look around, I guess.
I mean, couldn't he? Oh, sorry, continue.
look around here. I guess there's nothing really too important or dangerous.
And
I mean-
as you kind of like enter, you it's a very nice, very large sort of library. Perhaps it was once used for a big family or for gatherings, but as it is now, it seems rather empty because of its size. Your eyes are all drawn to kind of a series of paintings adorning the walls. This is fairly typical for a mage family, of course. Each painting depicts ancient magi depicted wearing crimson coats with intricate golden accents. Their expressions enigmatic and their eyes holding untold secrets. One painting shows a magus with a stern visage, his coat billowing around him, holding a staff adorned with arcane symbols. In another magus stands tall and proud, his gaze fixed on some distant horizon. Your eyes are drawn towards a particular painting, portraying a magus who bears an uncanny resemblance to Ivan, almost looking exactly like him, albeit older and more weathered, like a strange mirror into what kind of a mage Ivan could become. Amidst the grand paintings, however, you also notice a collection of framed pictures nestled about the place. All these photos are of a young blonde boy, his height not seeming so unusual between the man and woman alongside him in the photos. He has a light in his eyes that you don't really see when you look at the actual person in front of you. The woman in the picture has long brown hairs and blue eyes, stands tall with a gentle resting expression on her face. There's an air of kindness and warmth about her, even in the stillness of the portrait. And besides her stands a man, much shorter than the boy and the woman. A rugged blonde man with a 5 o'clock shadow. His eyes are tired yet proud, like he's had a life filled with both challenges and triumphs. There's a sense of strength and resilience about him, as if he's weathered many storms and emerged all the stronger for it. And, well, this place seems like it's been arranged in a way that the people who did arrange it have not touched it for a really long time. Perhaps out of not needing this room, or perhaps out of a sense of respect and perhaps a longing for the past. This room you are in almost feels like you're in a bubble frozen in time. But for now, it is free for you to roam.
I'm gonna start just walking around the room, looking at all the paintings that you described.
Yeah.
Do I recognize any of them?
I suppose roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana.
You got
7.
That's a 11.
That is an 11. Unfortunately, even with that 11, it's difficult to tell. You know for certain that you've not heard of the Krov family or the Sylvanus Krov family. They're a rather obscure mage family who are almost definitely not associated with the association. And therefore it's a bit difficult to garner any sort of information other than, from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Can't find them on Wikipedia, got it.
Can't find them on Wikipedia. They're not notable enough to be on Wikipedia, no.
Looking around, is that a TV or a actual painting? Like right next to the
Oh, that's a
little
TV.
coffee stand.
That is
Yeah.
that is a TV, a very large, like cinema style, like TV.
Jay looks over at friggin' the TV, looks back at Ivan, looks at the TV.
If you want, you
Ivan.
can watch something.
Okay, first you have cable. Is it like cable, Xfinity, DirecTV, or is it like local stations?
Ivan's just like looks at you confused and just goes, "Usually Elaine handles that kind of stuff."
Like, look, like seeing as this is a really big TV, and because really big TVs usually have like the cable boxes nowadays. Well, not anymore, but
Yeah.
trying to look at, is there like a cable box, or is the mage old enough to have like cable boxes?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like there is a cable box. Actually, this TV, though it is big and very, impressive, all the technology that is around here seems to kind of be from like 2001. Like this is like
It's one of those
it's
big stupid TVs that
Yeah,
take up like half the room. My
it's
uncle used
not,
to have one of those.
it's not like ancient or anything, but it's definitely like outdated. Like Ivan doesn't look that old at all, but this is like stuff that like maybe like a millennial would have grown up with. Like
Like, I mean, this is like your uncle's house or something. Cause like most of this stuff, I see at like my uncle and my aunt's house. Cause you don't see TVs like this anymore.
He just sort of looks at him and just says, no, actually, my dad picked up most of this furniture.
Well, he's got some taste. I'll give him that. Kind of looking around, looking through his collection of books. Any noteworthy books, Ivan?
Just Moby Dick and a few other things. Just very classic books.
Well, your dad has taste. I'll give him that. Because it's a library, because he's a friggin' wizard. Could I make like a check to see if I can peer through if there's like secret spare spell book that's hidden or a secret compartment?
I was gonna say, these two back here, those are the only two bookshelves. The rest are just like cabinets with like photos, etc. on them.
Yeah, Jay was looking at like a couple of family photos and whatnot, and then looked at the frig off TV.
But yeah, like it's a very homey place. Well, for a rich dude's house. Anyways,
Jericho.
yes.
Marvin would pull out his gun. He would
Shoot the TV.
Yes. No.
Don't shoot the TV. That's
He's
a
not
TV like that's like $800 secondhand at least.
He's not shooting. He changed his scope. Are there any magical energy coming off?
Well, I'll let Nathan
outside of
answer
the people, of course.
What was the question again?
So he's pull out his gun and put out a scope that like scans for magical energies. Essentially a detect magic. Does he see anything notable in this room?
In this room, nothing of actual note. It's just a normal room, other than the fact that noticeably the walls seem to be enchanted with some kind of bounded field. It's mostly just protection and reinforcement to solidify the structure, but nothing else really out of the norm.
Yeah.
Hey man, what don't you mage guys know about muzzle discipline? Friggin' if you wave around you, don't point your gun unless you ready to blast something. Treat it as loaded and whatnot. Like, why are you just waving it around?
Yes, is Marvin just like waving his scope around?
Yeah. No, he just threw his gun. You see him changing his. He sees to click his scope around to the right one, and then looks through his scope around the room.
Yeah, what the hell are you
No
doing?
fucks giving about you people.
As a response to like Leon's question, Ivan just says, technically I'm the master of the house. I just never bothered to change the furniture.
Question:
You just,
Is
you
it
just
like
see he looks like he looks kind of he looks kind of sad, honestly, just from that mention of like old man.
Yeah.
His old man, quote unquote.
To answer you, Katya, Marvin looks at you. He's like, well, like I told you, I'm used to hunting mages. I made a special scope so that I can see magical energy through them.
I'm asking, why are you pointing a gun around in this house?
I was getting to that.
There are people here.
I was interested whether or not there are any hidden magical stuff around. And don't
Okay.
worry, I'm better at handling this gun and
Trigger discipline.
okay, Spangler? While you getting the Spectre detector out, this is a gun. It can go off. I don't care if it's a hair trigger or not.
it
Like,
could, but
okay.
it won't kill you if I don't aim right.
Ew, freak! Have you? I have literally. Okay, literally, I have been shot at, damn near blown up, 3 times now. And you don't just go waving around gun. That's liable to get you kicked smooth off the range, my friend.
Oh no, whatever will I do, the army won't accept me? Oh, no.
Leon says, you missed the guy that was like 50 feet away. Granted, servant, but still.
Yeah, well,
That would be easier because it's a servant.
Oh, how was I supposed to know Samurai Jack could actually dodge bullets and grenades like friggin' Neo? Alright?
Ivan just sort of, kind of awkwardly doesn't know what to do, so he's just sort of waiting for Elias to come back through to help.
Yeah. So eventually, as people kind of don't take seats, I guess they're just standing around. To be fair, I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot to take in, looking around and stuff.
I'm on guard because Marvin is waving a gun around.
Yeah, yeah.
Marvin would
Jay
say,
and Katya are just jumpy right now. For
Marvin would
good
say-
reason.
you see, at least it lifted up the mood a bit. As
Yeah.
he puts his gun away.
Lift up the mood, Bob. Boom. I'm getting PTSD shiz.
What's it called? Eventually, like, the door kind of like gets in. You see Elias just kind of like patting himself down and kind of looks over at you, Marvin, and says, please, sir, no weapons around the house.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Obviously, it does not look like such, even if you are mage.
Did any of you got
Dog
shot
bounty hunter.
by me?
If you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be waving a gun around.
Sir, even though I have no doubt of your capabilities, it is still not proper decorum to wave around a firearm in the manner. This is something I have to remind the maid of the house very often, and I will not compromise even though you are a guest. Please,
Marvin-
follow.
Marvin shows the chamber. He's like, it's even empty. Because I planned for this.
Rule number 3 of firearm safety: treat every weapon as if
As
it
if
were
it is
loaded.
loaded.
Yeah, I know that you've taken a... but
Stick it in the mud, yeah.
it isn't. No, it isn't loaded, and I planned for this because I knew we were going to this place.
Marvin, I know you're wearing a caveman outfit, but please stop acting like one.
Oh, you guys really don't know what you're doing. As he
Elias-
loads the gun
This is my job, you
and put the gun away.
knucklehead.
Elias will just kind of nod and say, thank you. Now, Ivan, was there something that in particular that warranted this visit, or are you merely stopping by?
Um, uh, I was going to say, we just came off a long plane flight, and I do believe that it probably wasn't long enough to get a good rest. So I was thinking that we could stop at a safe location to get our bearings a little, if anything.
Ah, very well. In that case, may I take the order of drink for all of you, please? I
Coffee.
will,
Black
I
and
will-
strong.
I will get it ready as soon as possible.
What time is it? Wait, it was like noon when we left
It was-
the mall.
It was noon when you went to eat. So at this point, it would be like maybe like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. 5 o'clock. Jay's gonna be petty as hell. Just take the piss out of friggin' Eli. Your oldest Chardonnay on the rocks.
Very well. Kind of like nods and like doesn't even seem to like blink an eye at that. He just kind of like nods and like bows.
Oh, great! Not these guys. Okay. Well, doing that. Question, because this is something that's usually in like a lot of big houses and shiz.
Yeah.
When we came into the foyer, by that big old like side table with pot, was there like a mirror?
I would imagine there would be, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And
Jay's still paranoid about vampires.
like, here's the thing. Jay's kind of got the wheels turning in his dome because, well, the redness. We're in friggin' England in the middle of nowhere in a big frig off house. Everything's red, and it's like most of the decor's not changed in the last decade. Nah, bruh. And kind of looking through the stuff, probably sees like a copy of Bram Stoker's track.
Probably, yeah, considering it is a classic. You probably do see like Dracula there.
Like, wait a second. And the strange Kool-Aid, or his special drinks or what have you. It's kind of giving the wheels a turn. Question. How lit's the room? Question mark.
Actually, are there windows?
Oh, there are.
Oh yeah, wait, this one. Here, this is a window. Yeah. I do imagine like the blinds are like somewhat drawn, but you're not entirely sure if it's like indicative of a vampire or if like this room just doesn't get used that much.
If it's light enough, with a passive perception, are Ivan or Eli casting the shadow?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing there's nothing off about either of them, as far as you can tell.
Okay, so not that type of vampire.
Elias,
Ivan or
El-
Eli. Where's the restrooms?
Elias will just kind of say, "I will guide you there when I am done taking orders." Kind of like turning to Leon and Katya, kind of like asking, what drinks would you like?
So wait, Jay ordered alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't like with like insight. You could tell Jay was being sarcastic about it, but I think the dude thought he was being literal and wanted Chardonnay.
And he's gonna get Chardonnay.
Unfortunately, I have really low insight, so I assume he just wanted alcohol. So I'm gonna I'm all gonna ask for rum.
Yeah.
Ivan just sort of looks at
Oh, wait,
Elias
hold
and
on,
just
hold on.
says,
Vorti.
Yes, I was gonna say, Leon would ask for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ivan would just sort of turn to Elias and just say, "We do have rum, right?
We still
I-
have some left over, yes.
Thank goodness."
I did send a task to Elaine to restock while she's out. Heaven knows if she'll actually remember everything that I told her to get, but with
Probably
all
go
luck.
Video games as well. Oh, Ivan just sort of says she'll probably buy some video games as well, along with the groceries, if anything.
Well, as long as she actually buys what I asked her to. Now, Ivan, I will leave you to rest, and I will escort this kind gentleman to the restroom. Follow me.
Speaking about that name, with how many people do you live in this house?
Are you asking
uh,
Ivan?
Oh, Marvin is looking between Ivan and the dude.
Yeah.
Ivan just sort of, he just looks at Elias because, you know, bad with talking with people.
Elias kind of like nods and says, while this manor was built as an ancestral home to house many people coming in and out to do business with the family, at the current moment, it is only I, the maid of the house, and Ivan who reside here.
Jay thinks in his head, "Oh no, this is just like Dracula." The only people in the house was freaking Dracula and his butler.
I mean, hey, at
Oh,
least you don't
no.
got 3 vampire brides, I think. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Ivan just sort of like shrugs and says, "Sometimes the other Krovs come over for a visit, but that's once every few years."
Oh no.
And
Wait. Go ahead.
Ivan, you didn't answer me earlier. Isn't it easier to bring Cleos with you so that he can choose the clothes he prefers?
With all
Ivan
due
just sort of
respect,
looks.
with all due respect, Master, it does not quite matter to me. In fact, I must admit that wearing even the jacket is feels a bit stifling to me. So, of course, I understand the need to blend in, so I will still wear these clothes, but I don't mind. I never had much of a fashion sense. That I left that to my crew members.
Ivan just sort of like scratches the back of his head and just says, "Honestly speaking, it's all I have is just the molds more of these." He just gestures to like his current clothing, which is like just the shirt and the pants because his jacket was with Cleos.
Yeah.
And he says, and I guess like 1 or 2 t-shirts. I could bring one of them down, I guess.
I mean, it would be handy to have more than one set of clothes for Cleos, right?
Yeah, Ivan just sort of, is just gonna say, I'm not particularly comfortable with people entering my room, so I'm just going to go and grab you a few pairs of clothing.
And
If that's okay with you. Ivan just starts, like, very awkwardly backing away.
And then one last question for you, sir.
Yes.
Do you mind pointing me to the kitchen so that I can make myself some dinner?
As Ivan is uncomfortable with people going into his room, so am I with the kitchen. I, again, do not doubt your skills. It is simply a fact that I find it hard to trust people with the kitchen after several incidents.
I get it. Chef's knives are the most important thing to him, after all.
Indeed. If you wish, however, I can make you something to your specifications.
I mean, I don't mind what you make. As long as it doesn't contain olives.
Of course. And he'll just kind of, open these doors and just kind of point Jay to, well, the room over there.
And Ivan
Thank
just
you.
sort of like. Ivan just sort of gives Elias like the thankful head nod before just like it's not really running, but it's not really walking either. He just
Power
sort of
walking.
scurries over. He just sort of scurries up the stairs.
Yeah. Alright. So, in that case, well, actually, first of all, Bard,
Yeah.
when you enter the bathroom, there is one thing that you very much notice. This looks like
Mhm.
like those kind of what's it called? Like, those I keep forget. I can't remember what they're called, but like the wheelchairs that are meant for like disabled people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the size of that, but it's like a normal toilet.
Huh. Wheelchair
Like-
accessible?
This is just like this is just this house is really, really big, which I guess kind of makes sense, considering how tall Ivan is, as well as like the woman in that painting was. It's not too unusual that it would be designed for like big people, I guess, but even then, this is kind of like ridiculous. Just rich people stuff, I suppose.
Okay, so Jay will go into the bathroom. Listen out if Eli has gone to the kitchen. Wait like maybe 10 seconds. Turns on the sink. And you know how you have the toilet when you're going to fix it? And there's that little chain? Jay slightly opens it up carefully and then kind of opens it up to where the toilet kind of drains, so it sounds like he's going to the bathroom.
Okay.
And he's gonna do some investigating, cause
Okay.
something don't sit right.
Okay, what investigating are you doing? But actually, wait, before we do that, I'm gonna
What's
ask.
everyone else doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask what's everyone else doing? Of course, we got some people just chilling there. But like, Katya, what are you up to?
Gonna sit around, relax for a moment, then realize, like, look behind me, realize that both our servants are just kind of like awkwardly standing. And just, like, I just kind of like gesture for them to come here, sit down.
As you kind of like gesture, Saber kind of like
Hey,
Saber kind of like smiles at you and kind of nods and says, "I appreciate the sentiment, Master. However, if anyone were to try to attempt a sneak attack, it might be best for your servants to be guarding the doors."
I guess Ivan wouldn't do that, would he? Maybe he would.
Saber at that comment, Saber will actually kind of like give you like a sort of like contemplative look and kind of just say like, while I do not sense any innate hostility in Ivan, there is also the fact that we are within his territory. I assume you understand what it means for us to even be in proximity of a mage's workshop, yes, Master?
Yeah, I'm aware. Alright then.
And Kleos kind of like nods and says, I believe I agree with Saber on this one. Even if there's the slightest chance of an ambush, I still want to be ready to protect you. I still owe you for all the things that I did back then, Master.
Of course, you're free to stand down. If this is what you choose, it's your choice.
And kind of shimmering into existence. Not even like with like a big bombastic reveal as he's always done before. He just kind of like shimmers onto the couch and just kind of While this mansion is rather homely, it reeks of a false aristocracy. Were these people on the paintings? They have not truly made their mark in history, so do they truly deserve a painting of their own?
Marvin just seems to ignore him.
I don't say anything, I just think to myself, just like, vigilant as the rest I see, Ryder.
Exactly.
And
oh, actually,
oh yeah, go on.
one
Morty?
moment. I do have something, but I'm just in the middle of conversation. Give me a second.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry.
Leon. Leon would actually look at Ryder and ask him, well, you know, seeing as you also came from a very wealthy place, you know, Pharaoh and all, probably had most of riches, I want you to give this place a rating, Ryder. From a scale of 1 to 10. How would you, from just the brief things we've seen about this mansion so far, what are you rated?
What a good question. From a scale of 1 to 10, I suppose I would rate it a 5, if I'm being generous.
Five? You know, how so?
Well, for one, it's not very big. But I respect the attention to the color scheme. Very much so. However, as I've said, I'm not entirely sure if they've earned this mansion. The Grail has not uploaded this Krov family's existence into the annals of history. So I can only assume that this family doesn't have too much to offer.
Oof. Scathing review, Ryder. But, you know, don't let Ivan and, you know, the other people around here hear you say that. He kind of takes a sip of the coffee. And just kind of, hold on, is my audio coming through?
It cut out for a bit, but it's fine now.
Okay. Yes, he just takes a sip from the coffee and kind of, you know, looks over at, around the room, just trying to sort of rationalize, man, how did he manage to get all of that from just looking at this one room and the hallway? Unless he somehow explored the mansion without me knowing in spirit form. What's it called? So yeah, Leon just kind of looks over at Marvin and Katya and is like, "You guys agree with that?"
I guess maybe. I'm not really used to, mansions and stuff.
This does seem like an average mage manor, right?
It's a bit. Yeah, basically. Like, it seems a bit bigger, honestly, than normal. But yeah, otherwise it does seem pretty fine.
I would have given it a 6, but who am I to judge?
When you spend your entire life living in studio apartments, a place as large as this, kind of hard to comprehend.
Oh no, trust me, it's way bigger than my place. It's just for mage family. It's just barely above average.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. My place was not nearly as big as this. In fact, I think much like how you guys said, the perimeter of this room was roughly the size of my old home.
I guess I'll give it a 7. Nothing particularly wrong with it. It's got a red color scheme.
Stick to the stuff you know, right?
Yep.
I will note that while there is a red color scheme, almost all of the wood furniture it's just mahogany.
Even better.
Slightly reddish wood.
Slightly reddish wood, yeah.
Mahogany.
What's it
Oh,
called?
dear.
Yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Jay, kind of like in the bathroom, you kind of hear telepathically, Master, Jay, you okay? I'm not peeping, by the way. I'm not in the toilet with you. I'm standing outside. Everything good though?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of thinking to himself, okay, think, how to turn it on. Okay. Testing. Alright, I think I got it this time. Kind of thinking to himself, turning on the telepathy.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jay. What's up?
Well, so, Caster, I have glaring suspicions. Now, well, for one thing, something don't sit right with our good buddy Ivan being a bit cagey ever since we got to his neck of the woods. Well, number one, his juices. They seemed a little bit off. Number two, every time he got a little twitchy, he kind of scratched his neck. Now, at first I thought, oh, because of the scars on his hand, something else. But then his neck, which kind of made me think, okay, that's a little bit odd. And now, house in the countryside, in the English countryside, nothing but red. This place is pretty much ancient place that ain't changed in decades. I'm thinking, and this is big assumptions, our good friend maybe of the undead persuasion. Now, this is just working theory because, well, vampires, kindred, living dead, all that nonsense. Well, figuring out they're real and something don't sit right, because just in case, want to get lay of the land. So right now we doing some intelligence gathering.
Well, I can probably help with that. It'll take me a good maybe 11 minutes, but I can set up some runes that'll let me get a lay of the land, so to speak. It'll help me detect if there are any undead around. And
Thinking about it, Ivan's a magus, and his staff probably knows magus shenaniganries, so they probably have like thing of detecting if people are doing magic around the house. So probably not try and do this that way. So we go in the old-fashioned way, good old detective work. And Jay kind of
alright.
with his phone, he's gonna record a he's gonna record something. Takes like maybe every 5 minutes for a good 20-minute loop.
Mm.
You'll hear him whispering, like not whispering, whistling, and then every so often you'll hear like ocupado. I'll be out in a little bit. Just leave his phone there on loop, and I'm gonna go off of how much battery life my phone is right now. 50%, 53%. So it'll be a while. And Jay goes into a sentence, turns the phone from turn off in 30 seconds to turn off in like an hour.
Yep.
Okay, question number 2. Is with this house, because this is an old house, is it one of those old skeleton key locks, or is it one of those you push the door handle, it gets stuck locks?
It's what's it called? How would I do? Like, it is like an old house. Like, this is like an old house. It's very refurbished, but a lot of the stuff is kind of still like, yeah, like a bit like skeleton locked, skeleton key locked. There is kind of like a door, like there's like a key to the house.
Looking at that, Jay, who still has his little duffel bags, he gets a spare pair of jeans that he has, and because he's wearing his boots, he gets his spare pair of boots, puts them down, and then sticks a white shirt that he's similar wearing, sticks that through plunger
Oh my
to
god.
make it appear like he's in there. Hey yo, we MacGyver shiz. And then puts his phone like underneath, so that way it sounds like he's actually on the toilet still.
Yeah.
And we'll go a little bit sneaking in around house. Alright, Caster. You have the advantage of being incorporeals, so to speak. So, let me know. Let me know if you hear something that I don't.
And hey, I'll do you one better. While I would have preferred being summoned as a Lancer, the caster class does have a few benefits. I basically know where all the servants are at any given point in time, within a several kilometer radius. Archer went off with Ivan, so if they're approaching, I'll be able to tell you.
Okay. Alright, so we got that situated. So, kind of close. Before we close the door, because this is old house, Jay goes into his duffel bag, gets out his gun cleaning kit, because never leave home without it.
Yep.
Take out a little bottle of CLP, which is gun lubrication.
Yep.
Puts it on the door hinges so it doesn't go creaking. Now he can only get like the bottom and the middle one because of how tall the door is. so it might still creak just a smidge. So yeah. Doop 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 doop. Mm. Dude. And then Casta, just in the back of Jay's head, he hears the Pink Panther theme. As he's, because this is what that's my inner monologue whenever I'm doing stuff that's sneaky related.
So, where are you headed?
First stop, peek head in the kitchen, see if our good buddy's there. Because we ordered drinks and if the wine cabinet's not in there, then it must be downstairs. So not go downstairs.
Yeah, so you did see him as you left, like go downstairs to get like some alcohol. I mean, he came back up with alcohol and just kind of like went into the room, gave left it there, and then went into the kitchen to prepare like coffee and stuff for people.
Okay.
By the way, Jericho, there is. I did send you like an image of the map with like
Yes.
with, like the labels on it.
I'm aware.
Okay. So if he just went to serve drinks, he's making coffee. That's gonna take him like, depending on this is old house. That gives me like 15 minutes to do snooping. Friggin' Katya just hears his friggin' tactics all in his head.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. Okay. Door numero uno. Before we hit the stairs, we'll
Okay.
check.
So
What
before
is
you go,
this room?
before you go through this door,
He's not going to the door because he knows places might be booby trapped.
that's
Because of
fair.
Ivan.
So you go up to the door, and before we get to that, we're gonna cut over to Ivan, as you're just like kind of in your room, Ivan. Sorting out some clothes. You kind of hear, the voice of Archer, and kind of like ask, Master, are you all right?
Guess. This place is my home. So you see that Ivan. I think she would notice that Ivan, while in his room, actually seems like far more comfortable than she's like seen him thus far.
Yeah.
Like this is like his sanctuary, basically.
Mm-hmm. She'll, she'll kind of ask, still in spirit form, kind of like, I noticed the photos that you have framed in the living room. I can see why you didn't want people roughhousing in there.
This place has belonged to my family for a while.
Yes, I can tell it's an ancestral home, but it seems so lonely.
I guess how it's been since. You just see it just stops, like midway through that sentence, and just. Never mind.
I understand, Master. If you wish not to speak of it, I will not push the topic. But I hope that this journey will help you find what you're looking for.
Yeah, he's he's not going to respond because he doesn't know how to respond. He's
Mhm.
not, because even he doesn't know the answer to that.
Yeah. And, Archer will say, I do mean it when I did mean it when I said that I'd be there every step of the way. I'm here to support you as your servant. I'll be behind you no matter what.
Ivan just sort of nods, says, "Thank you, Archer." He just sort of like picks out like a few he looks through his closet. There's like the Virgil cosplay, and then there's like a shit ton of the suits,
Yeah.
and like a crap ton of the jackets, and
Don't
then like
worry,
five.
I've got the greatest T-shirt known to man. That I've drawn Kleos in.
There's also like a few T-shirts. Like Ivan didn't actually buy those. Those were all Elaine.
Yeah.
Notedly, all of them are long sleeve T-shirts because reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he would just sort of grab one that's like, this'll do, and a few of the suits, and he would just like get ready to walk back down. Kind of takes like a look at his bathroom for a bit before going, nah, just like walks off.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Just like internally going, thank God I keep that locked.
yeah. What's it called? So yeah, meanwhile, while that scene was basically going on, what would have happened here, with you, Jay, is, before you went through the door, Caster would say, hey, Jay, not to cramp your style or anything, but that door, number one, booby-trapped with a bunch of glyphs, and a bounded field, and a lot of other different defenses. Number two, that's the Mage's Workshop.
Okay. So thanks for letting me know, Casta. This is Ivan's secret lair. Dun, 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 dun. And he also does the dun 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 in his head. Is there like a keyhole?
Would there be a key? I don't think there would, right?
No, it magically opens.
Yeah, so it's essentially arcane lock. So yeah, there's no keyhole.
Thinking about it. Open sesame.
Nothing happens.
Worth a shot.
Well, we're definitely not getting in there.
Yep, he probably has like some sort of password or something. So best not sticking my nose in there unless I want to get zapped or turned into a frog or something.
Yeah. Probably not a wise idea to head upstairs. I sense that Archer and Ivan are up there.
Let's see. If we want to do coffee, downstairs is second safest bet. Also, I hate it because if he is a vampire, vampires usually have coffins in the downstairs. Oh boy. Well, we gotta do this. This is investigation time. Do. So yeah. Slipping down to the basement.
Slipping down into the basement, as it were. So, so as you go down, we're going to quickly cut back to, come back to the main room, because I want you guys to have
Okay, no
Okay,
idea.
okay.
Do you have any hopes? Up to you first.
Yeah, go ahead. Did my audio cut out? I couldn't hear Jericho the last bit.
Yeah, I guess it did. I was talking. I was just saying we're cutting back to the main room.
Oh, okay. What's it called? Well, I was writing a response, but I'll say it out loud as well. Good question, Katya. Not too familiar with folklore myself, but English could be a literal ruler, you know, like a monarch or something.
You know, the weird thing of ruler is that they're weird. The whole class is weird. So, as far as I know, they don't have any restrictions on them.
What's it called? Saber kind of like pipes up and says, the ruler class is supposed to be an impartial class, and therefore, usually they manifest as saints, those with no wish for the Holy Grail. Therefore, it is very possible that we may be gaining an ally of a certain faith.
St. George, perhaps?
It is possible, yes.
Even with
Go ahead.
even with saints, they should at least have a wish, right?
Yes, it is very common for a saint to be able to have a wish. That is why the ruler class is strange.
I see. So, hold on. One thing I don't understand. I thought that according to what Macebury told us, the Grail can only manifest a certain number of servants due to the how everything works. Why is the ruler so special in that regard? Why did they get the an extra manifestation, I guess, besides the original 7?
Saber kind of like nods and says, that is a pertinent question. A ruler is essentially an emergency. In case somebody tries to use the Grail in an inappropriate manner. It's a last resort, and most of the time a ruler will not be summoned. However, I suppose a global Holy Grail War would be the case where it's special.
Huh. Alright. Well, that's what Marvin know. I mean, we know what all the classes are, right?
Yeah.
Well,
You-
I'm specifically asking for this. No,
The
but
extra classes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I
So,
want information on them.
yeah, so in terms of extra classes, you're familiar with Ruler and Avenger. You don't actually know what the Avenger class really entails, actually. All you know is that it once was nearly summoned, and that Avenger was the manifestation of all the world's evils, as it were. But you don't know what kind of abilities or what even qualifies for an Avenger.
Yeah. So, Marv would say, actually, that's already a faulty presumption. There are multiple cases where there are classes outside of the normal 7. The only 2 I know are Ruler and Avenger.
okay, so now you're changing the rules again. Because because you see the way that the Grail War was originally explained to me was 7 masters, 7 servants, fight each other, and that's that. But then I get to hear that there's an additional 7 masters and 7 servants, so now it's 14. And then I get to hear that there's a ruler class servant, so that's an extra servant. So, and now
Yes.
you're telling me that there's a potential for an extra servant class. So,
Yes.
so
don't
just out
forget
of curiosity,
The
so just out of,
7 vault
go ahead.
servant. Yes. Don't forget about the 7 vault servants that
Well,
were so.
yes. So we'll get to that in a moment. So, so my question is to, I guess that this would be directed more towards you, Marvin and Katya, seeing as you all have more knowledge about this than I do. Has there ever been just like a regular Holy Grail war that was played completely straight? Just the 7 masters, the 7 masters duking it out?
Yes.
What I
But-
know,
Roll me a history check.
okay.
Because
So that instead that is a 13.
13. Yep, 13.
Yeah. So with that 13, you know that there were some normal Holy Grail wars that have been fought. The third Holy Grail war, the second, and the first were all relatively normal Holy Grail wars, with 7 masters and 7 servants.
Okay.
Yeah. Marvin would say, well, yes, the first 3 were normal, and then everything fucked up at the 4th one.
Because people started trying to cheat.
He doesn't
Okay.
say that.
so, so the rules don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, they never really mattered, but they did.
Okay, now you're just confusing me, man. So,
What the guild wants, the guild does. That is the rule.
that's not really a rule. That's more of a observation.
There you have it. Now you understand it.
I mean, from my understanding, there are rules, but with basically each Holy Grail war, people are finding more and more exploits.
It's like a video game that you just keep finding glitches to.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Every
with no
glitch,
updates.
yeah, and every glitch makes it worse, which gives more room for other glitches.
Okay. And I'm
And that's how
starting
we
to.
end up in situations like these.
So I'm starting
Yeah.
to wonder if the wish is worth it with all with all these complications.
Oh, totally not.
But,
As he drinks his coffee.
okay, so going back to what we were saying about the ruler servant. Are we knowing what we know now of all these weird exploits and stuff like this? Do we even know if this ruler, whoever may be, is even going to follow the protocol and be like a saint and be probably in our side, maybe?
I mean, the fact that they're a saint doesn't necessarily mean that they are good.
Saber kind of says, it is very much possible that someone could be summoned who has a disagreeable personality or idea of virtue. There are some people from my time that I fear may qualify as a ruler. I have my fears, but with any luck, this should not happen. Though, being near my home country, it is not. It's not too out of the realm of possibility to worry that Morgan Le Fay may spawn as a ruler.
So, what you're telling me, and that's a big name by the way, so, but what you're telling me is that the ruler class servant can effectively break the rules.
Yeah, Cleos says, actually, this time. It's less that they break the rules, more like they're the ones setting the rules. You know how the church... Well, actually, no, he wouldn't know that. So Saber would say, As the Holy Church has overseen previous Grail Wars, the ruler takes that position.
Okay, and if the ruler happens to be, well,
More
right
than
cunt.
Fae.
Well, I was just gonna generalize it more and say a right cunt, but sure, let's go for the argument there. Let's say for the sake of argument that the ruler ends up being Morgan Le Fay, she will most likely try to fuck you over, pointing at Saber, rather than enforce the rules of the Holy Grail.
That may be the case, though it also may be the case that the Grail forces a disposition onto a servant to make them more... to make them more...
Amicable?
No, not amicable. Fair, I guess.
Leon pinches the bridge of his nose, as there's now even more pseudo rules being stacked upon this fucking thing. And and he's just like, I don't even care if I'm gonna be burning my fucking mouth with this coffee. I need to finish this so I can move on to a harder drink.
Right. Ryder kind of says, it is quite a challenging debacle, even for someone as magnanimous as me. Here, master, have some of my Chardonnay. Passes you a glass.
He's
drinking from a glass and pours you one.
Like for like half a second, Leon kind of looks right at Ryder like, "Did you just?" And then he just ignores it for now and just, he will accept, I guess, glass of Chardonnay.
Jay didn't even want the Chardonnay. That's the thing. So
thinking in the back of his head, if he's taking this long, taking a shit, then he probably doesn't. The last thing he needs is one of these.
Marvin would say, I have to ask the question, say, what will you do if the one we're facing is, for whatever reason, personal to you? Whether it be ally or foe.
In the end, us heroic spirits are merely echoes of the past. I possess my own will and desire, but I am also not so blind that I would jeopardize my mission or my master's mission in order to get back at old grudges. I cannot say the same for a potential ruler that has it out for me, but I will be willing to work with them if they are willing to work with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did forget to mention, Elias probably just gave you some sandwiches.
No, Marvin is just waiting here for his food. He's constantly looking over his shoulder like, damn it, I should have cooked myself.
But yeah, no, Elias would have come back in, kind of, giving you your food, come back out, kind of knocked on the toilet door, kind of, is everything all right? And here's the looped back audio, occupy. And he kind of shrugs.
When he walks in, Marvin would ask him, could I ask you another question?
Very well.
Do you have some kind of training room here? Either for magical purposes or physical?
I suppose it would be useful, though no magical study has really been conducted here formally for a while. I suppose you could use the garden, though even then it would be appreciate it if you could keep the destruction to a minimum.
Of course.
Yeah. And so yeah, like after like checking the bathroom, he's just gonna kind of go back upstairs actually. And so meanwhile, Jay, place yourself on the stairs down here. As you enter the cellar.
Oh boy, I
Jake,
see.
Jake kind of hears the dook 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 dook, and then kind of thinks to himself, "Wait, okay, the first loop's gone off. Okay, so let's see. So we gotta be quick. Alrighty. Let's see, boiler. Looking out. Okay. And then Katya kind of hears in his head, seeing Jay looking left and then right. Rule of adventuring when going in dungeons. Always check the left side first. Kind of thinks to himself and then goes to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the left? Alright, so let's see. What the frig? This guy's got an armory.
It is an armory. Not only is it like, you know, like traditional swords and staves, crossbows, they're also just guns. This is modern weaponry. This is like not just modern weapon, this is like, you know, up-to-date weaponry. It's not like the weird 2001 like, you know, TV with like, you know, that didn't have a Blu-ray player on it. Like, this is like actual like cutting edge like technology. You see like some bullets being worked on, and you see like, you know, some shotguns laid out across the table. This is like a full like actual armory.
How dusty is the room?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. This looks like it's not just well kept, but in active use.
Okay. Man's really is Batman. Wait a second. Jay kind of thinks for a second. Wait a second. If he's got all this shiz, and he said he deals with dead apostles. Jay kind of nerds out, and in the back of his head, friggin'
He's not Dracula, he's Van Helsing.
no, even cooler. He's friggin' Blade if he is a vampire. So this seems like an image of Wesley Snipes in some cool shades, a trench coat, and a sword.
Yeah, so Castor just kind of like pipes up saying, Master, Jay, I can't help but realize that your disposition has changed wildly. What's going on?
Okay, so kind of thinking about it for a second, like, oh wait, okay, focus, we're on mission. All right, so, well, I had a theory. Well, you saw a theory cross mind of hypothetical if Ivan turns out to not be the Dracula-esque vampire, he might be akin to another vampire from fiction. Though at this point, I don't even know if most fiction is fiction anymore with stuff I've been seeing. But there's a individual known as Blade. It's a series of stories about a person who's half vampire who goes around protecting the city from vampires who want to take over the world and all that.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what a half vampire would be. won't entirely lie to you. I don't think that's an. I'm not sure if that's a real concept, but it's a cool story.
Apparently, the story: his mom got bit by a vampire while he was still in the womb, so he was born that way. It's weird, but I won't. But we still have mission. All right. So, seeing that this is an armory and it's well kept, not going to snoop around in it, cause this is probably also booby trapped, and whoever keeps an armory like this and is well maintained, Jay has the mind that this person, if it's Ivan or somebody else, it's very particular. And wait a second. His maid had weapons, and then freaking Jay thinks back in his head to a scene from freaking what was it? Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Of a frig off maid with a beat ass shotgun off her skirt and all that. And Jay thinks to himself, "Oh no, what have he done? What have he done? His maid is the maid from Black Lagoon. Oh no, what if his maid's like that?"
In your head, Jade. This is really weird.
Oh, okay. No, that's from a show I watched a long time ago. But I remembered. Oh, Elias said something about a maid. Friggin' crazy as hell. If they're out right now, but I'm not going to snoop around the armory. So, room number 2.
But before you're able to kind of go there, Cassie says, "Oh, wait, hold on, Jay. You probably want to get out of here as fast as possible. They're coming back downstairs."
Is there like something? Is there like a empty spot under the stairs, or is it like stone stairs, like on the side going down?
To clarify, Castor meant that because they were upstairs and now they're coming back down to the main floor. Castor's basically telling you run to the toilet.
Okay, so yeah, run to the toilet.
And also as you run, you just kind of hear, you gotta show me some of that anime that's going on in your head one day.
Another time. Okay, so going back.
I want you to roll me 1d10 and 1d20.
Are you gonna make Kukulin like Blackbeard now? God damn.
1d10.
Oh no!
1d20.
Okay, for me. Okay, so D10, that's a 4.
Yep.
D20, that's a 14.
Okay, so thankfully, you managed to get back into the toilet on time. Actually, roll me a stealth as well. Roll me a stealth as well, because you're Russian.
It's the power walk from the army. How to dip past drill sergeants down the hall when we not supposed to.
Give me a stealth.
Would I have advantage from cast to let me know, AO, folks are coming around?
I would have given you disadvantage, normally.
Okay, straight roll then. Straight roll. Heart of the cards. 22,
Yeah!
let's freaking go!
Holy shit. Okay. So yeah, you managed to throw yourself into the toilet, just as Ivan and Elias kind of come back downstairs.
So yeah, fix the toilet again, puts the disguise back into his friggin' bag, and then does the courtesy flush, and then washes hands.
So how much time has passed since Jay went to the toilet?
If it's been one full, okay, so the video was like a good
20 minutes.
20 minutes, so if it's looped one time, he's been in there for at least 22 minutes.
It's been 30. I'll say it's been half an hour.
Okay, half hour already, so yeah, that's fair.
As people kind of start to come back into the room, Ryder kind of to you, Katya kind of says, "You, Saber's master, raise your
Yes?
glass. We
I
shall do
raise
it."
my glass.
He kind of like leans forward and like clinks like glasses with you. What a very quaint tradition that you have with alcohol. Now that I have tried that, I am satisfied. He just like takes a sip.
I just kind of like, huh? Wait, huh? What just
You
happened?
know, kind of. It also works if you just lift it up and then act as if you're blinking it from a distance.
Wait, no, clicking is cooler.
Friggin'
both of you roll their persuasion.
What the fuck?
No. Katya says clinking is cooler. He's like, you're right, but some
That's fair.
people like to be lazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh boy.
Eventually, you all kind of like arrive back in. Jay is back from spending half an hour in the toilet.
Ivan's just totally unaware of what just happened. Just sort of like looks over at Kleos,
Yeah.
just like hands him like a pile of clothes.
And now I get to finally show you all the greatest image I've ever drawn. This is the best.
Is it a fucking Pikachu shirt?
Oh god, what did you do?
Hold up. What is he doing? Yo, that's
Devil
so
May
dumb.
Cry 4. 4? Really?
That's so dumb.
Oh god.
Okay.
Kleos like puts this shirt on that it kind of like fits a bit like snugly against him, but you know it still works, and he just kind of says, "I'm not sure what the inscriptions on this shirt mean, but it's comfortable."
Ivan just sort of says, that's from a game series that I happen to enjoy quite a bit.
Okay. So, Ivan, I did a courtesy flush for you. I don't know how old houses are, especially over here. But,
We've renovated a few times over the years. My dad renovated the house like not too long before. He just sort of shuts up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he just continues like midway through. Just, I do plan on getting some people in here to change the locks at some point, though. The doors and the hinges are getting a little bit worn down, so kind of need to get those fixed before the Krovs meet up again.
As you when you
not
when you say
realizing.
that- Yeah. When you say that, kind of like Archer materializes, kind of like behind you. Ivan just kind of says, "If it is fashioning locks and hinges, that is actually something that I am able to do. Would you like me to take a look at them?"
Just sort of like awkwardly, just like, while the gesture is appreciated, he's kind of just thinking like, internally he's just going, internally he's just going, I really don't want to bother her with this.
Alright.
Like,
Oh, you said that. Yeah.
Internally.
Your bathroom door kind of squeaked a little bit, so took the liberty of using some good old CLP to kind of fix the creaking. I can't reach the top hinge because, obviously.
I was just gonna say, Would you guys like me to lead you to the guest rooms while Elias prepares dinner or something? I think Elaine should be back soon with the groceries. If
Yeah, sure. And then looking over at friggin' Casta on the couch, drinking my Chardonnay, which is probably
mean
almost
Ryder?
gone. No,
you
yeah,
mean
Ryder.
Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean,
Casta was the first one to my head.
he's been taking modest sips. To be fair, it's not like he's like throwing them back. It is just wine, but
Yeah.
he's still got it through a decent amount of the bottle.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. It was bound to be empty anyway, and I didn't want. I was being sarcastic when I ordered Chardonnay. I didn't actually expect him to get Chardonnay on the rocks, and the ice is damn near melted.
Yeah.
Ivan also just notes. Oh yeah, we did also refurbish the kitchen quite recently at Elias's request.
So what? It went from wood burn stove to gas or electric.
Ivan just sort of says, we have a gas stove.
Okay. Keep note of that for later.
Yeah,
Okay, first give me a moment. My headphones are spazzing the fuck out.
that's fine.
Okay. Do.
Headphones fixed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Where were we?
So Ivan, gets everyone to unload at the guest rooms, and I do Nathan has provided me a map for these, and also, by the way, I will have to be basically Chrome is still my default browser, which means that I will have to be fucking editing some stuff out because I've accidentally opened these map files.
Oh
in,
lord.
I'll be able to figure that one out easily.
Marvin is still looking through his unloaded gun.
Don't
This-
When
do
we're
that.
walking through the hallway.
Don't do that, you weirdo.
I presume this door pinks a lot, right?
Oh, for fucking certain, yeah.
If he looked through it, it's literally just a dense block of fucking mana. And there is so much shit behind it as well. It is layers upon layers upon layers of just defenses, and the walls around it, the bounded fields here are in the other walls, probably only about this thick. Wait, give me a sec. I need to draw. Well, probably only about that thick. Deadass. Those ones. Just.
Yeah.
It's just all the way through.
Yeah. But yeah, so actually, as you're walking past, Jay, you do hear a voice in your head. By the way, you know how I said that that area over there was the mage's workshop? Because of all the booby traps and magical traps? I actually don't think that is the mage. That is the workshop. I think downstairs had a workshop. I felt a particular magical energy coming from it. But that just begs the question, what's behind those doors?
Yeah.
Jay thinks in his head, I'll frig off top the scene from Dracula where old dude walks through the door, sees the coffins, meh.
All standing around here, Marvin would just ask. So, Ivan,
Yeah.
why is that place so heavily fortified?
Ivan just stops for a moment and just goes, "Those are the Krov archives. I may as well explain what my family does. He just looks over to like there. Jericho, would you like to
Give me a moment. So at the very end of the hall. Okay. So yeah, you didn't actually I don't think you gave me descriptions of them. You just told me who they were.
Honestly, I think the only like real thing you need to care about is the fact that they're like children and also blonde
Yeah, so
and red
they're
eyes.
yeah, so they're so as yeah, so as you can see, yeah, like it's a painting of 3 children alongside, well, the that other mage that looked like in one of those paintings that looked very startlingly like Ivan. You see that magus with 3 children alongside him.
So you got brothers and sisters?
Ivan just like shakes his head. That is Ivan the First, the progenitor of the Krov family.
So are you second, third, fourth?
I think I'm like the 12th generation.
Jeez, I thought so. My cousins had a lot of kids.
Where are the pictures of what are the pictures of 4th to 11th?
Ivan just like points at like the photo, and he gestures to one of the ones that's like standing on the side, and he says, "That is Sylvanus Krov, the one of who is the one who began the Sylvanus branch of the Krov family, and my ancestor."
Friggin' noble shiz.
He just like sighs and just says, "The Krov family isn't well known, but our legacy is that of our ancestors. The first of which is Ivan Krov, the first, technically now since I gained my namesake from him. As well as another woman who was a magus back during the Age of Gods. She's deceased now, but in short, our family carries on the legacy of them both. And one of the things that we've been doing is hoarding information, which has resulted in the collection of a very, very large archive. And he gestures to that door. That is one of the instances of this archive.
I want to make an insight check real quick. Because Ivan just said, oh, we had a mage in the family who was from Age Gods, but they've deceased now, and just casual now. What the frig?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Make that.
My insight failed.
17.
Yeah.
What the frig you mean? God, now. Like, gears are
he
turning
didn't-
again.
He didn't mean it in the way of them living for a very long time, just in the way of they're just dead.
Yeah, he just has
Yeah,
a-
but you don't say now for someone who's like been long dead. Now, but they're dead now usually means like, oh, they
I killed
died
them.
like either you offed them or they died like recently.
But yeah, like
Yeah,
no, there doesn't
just
seem to be
had
any sort of
very weird
malice
wording.
there. There doesn't seem to be any sort of malice or like implication. Really, it is just kind of a strange choice of words. Essentially, it's just mage talk. Yeah, exactly, Katya.
Looking at the image, do any of these mofos look particularly gaunt, pale skinned? Any sort of slight different hue in eyes?
Not really. They all, they're all like blonde haired, like, like just very much like, they just look like it basically just looks like a dad and his kids, or maybe like a granddad and grandkids, but, he does look gaunt, but it's not like weirdly gaunt. Like you can tell that this dude, like the dude in the middle, is just kind of old.
Okay. Any mustachioed individuals who ain't trimmed their nails and God knows when. Y'all know the reference I'm making.
God, but no, like
Fucking
That's not-
Castlevania.
there's nothing too strange.
No,
Like,
that's
they
the OG version of Dracula.
Yeah, they do give off like kind of vampire vibes, but also vampire vibes are kind of just like Victorian vibes, to be fair. Like, the Gothic architecture is a very like, thing. Like it does give off those vibes, but it's probably just nothing.
Assume nothing at this point.
Yeah.
That's Jay's modus operandi right now. Cause
But yeah.
okay.
Marvin
So-
would say actually to
Oh yeah.
Ivan. Sorry if I seem a bit on edge or acting weird. I just been through a lot in mates houses.
Is okay? He just like looks kind of confused. He just says, I'd say pick some rooms and then meet up back at the staircase. I'll show you the third floor because we have a much nicer library there alongside. It's a much nicer guest library alongside a games room with a pool table if you want to enjoy yourselves.
You play pool?
Ivan just like shrugs and just says, I played some a few times, I guess.
Will I explode if I touch this?
Wait, what do you say?
Will I explode if I touch this? I ask Ivan.
Think of it more so as as it wouldn't activate if you touched it, but if you tried to open it, most likely what would happen is that you would immediately not have your bones.
That sounds like an explosion to me. Gotcha.
Jay, thankful in the back of his head, thinking to himself, "Glad I did not try to open the door." Thinking of, and also thinking in his head, like, maybe I can sucker this dude out of pool.
Ivan just also says, "Oh, also please don't try to enter. The door will only open for a Krov family member, and if anybody who's not given explicit permission to enter,
we'll lose their bones."
Not that, more so that you will probably. It's more so that the defenses are different the closer you get into the archive. So it's more so like you'll just feel a lot of pain and then die.
What's in there anyway? I mean, of course, archives. But what
Is
requires
it your
so much
secret
defense?
wand stash?
Ivan just like looks between them. Do you know the concepts behind mystery? He just like very awkwardly says.
What? So that's where you keep your Sherlock Holmes nonsense, or that's the entrance to your bat cave, or what? have you?
Not exactly. Ivan just looks between like Marvin and Leon, hoping that they at least know something.
Oh well, you didn't let Katya, fucking answer if she knew what mystery was.
Do I know what mystery is?
You do know what mystery is. Any mage would.
Okay, I just kind of nod my head like, yeah.
Most of the information in that library is kept very well because not only does it have notes about our magecraft, it has a number of notes about other. It has a number of notes about other information that we have stored away to preserve the mystery of those things. The less people know about it. It's most of the books in there are written by Krov members, basically.
Okay.
So it's your family's memoirs of all their wizard and nonsense and weird shenanigans they got up to.
In layman's terms, yes. I'm
Okay.
surprised that Leon hasn't spoken.
Leon is just looking at this very amused, trying to see how does this guy get out of this conversation. Like he's just kind of crossing his arms and raising his eyebrow, like, okay, let's see how you handle this. What's it called?
The question: do you have to, for like hypotheticals? Is it like you gotta say, hey, Jay here, like say, for instance, if somebody had permission, like, is it like hey, this Jay here has permission to look through stuff in certain area, or is it like oh yeah, cast a spell and you got protection against booby traps, or do you have to swap spit or what have you?
Ivan just shakes his head and just says, to be able to access any of the Krov archives, you would first off need to go to Russia, where the main family is, and there where the complete archives are. You would have to have a ritual cast to be able to allow you in.
Okay, so take a stop at the Kremlin, wait around the magic circle of salt, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, you can go and look through your stuff.
Yeah, but however, it's usually still very limited, and that's up to the discretion of the head of the main family, who is in charge of the archives.
And in the back of Jay's head, he kind of tells Casta, and that is how espionage works in modern day. And
Oh, how about that? Okay, well, yeah, so, does anyone else have anything to add, before we head upstairs?
Leon will just comment a little bit under his breath, like, fucking weird ass magi. He just, just like, there's a whole lot of fucking nonsense. Let's just get on with this.
Okay.
Weird traditions.
And so,
Ivan just directs them up the stairs.
yeah, so, essentially, everyone, take a long rest.
No weird magical signs upstairs.
Not particularly. There's quite a few locked rooms as you as you make your way up. There are the guest rooms, which I'm not gonna put you guys on because, well, they're just guest rooms. However, I'll direct you to the sort of
Floor.
the little recreation room. Nathan has helpfully pointed out in the guide to this map that this room over here is also supposed to have a TV and a Nintendo Switch in it. But he forgot to put it in.
So
yeah,
yeah,
they just have a Switch.
if nothing weird bangs, even amongst the books, Marvin would just say, "You know what? I'm gonna train myself a bit. I'm going outside. Someone else want to train with me?"
I thought for a moment you were gonna say you were going to put down the gun, mate. But I guess that was too much to hope.
If you have seen half the things of what I've seen in Magi's houses, you wouldn't want to put this gun down either.
Well, I don't use
Ivan
guns.
just like
First of all, go ahead.
Ivan just like holds up his hands in like a sort of gesture, like, trust me, I don't, I wouldn't harm you even if you are guests. It's the only, I'm not obligated to do anything unless you tried to break into the archives.
So, you want me to break in so that we can train?
Please don't.
Marvin just smiled.
I like the completely not intimidated weird ass skull Hydra sign on the fucking carpets,
Just note, those are just like the things from
I
the
know
incarnate.
they're the incarnate
It's
assets.
just, but like the incarnate assets. The actual symbol is like the symbol of the Krov family.
They actually
Which,
had their.
Not,
Wait, hold on.
which
You
not
mean to
gonna
tell
lie.
me- You mean to tell me the Krov family had their fucking symbol stitched onto carpets, and are they that
Yes.
far up their own ass?
They're a mage family.
I guess they are.
Question: is this the same day or next day?
This is so we can roleplay what goes on like throughout like this this long rest. I will say that while you all kind of get your bearings, finally lay down on like some like actual like nice beds and like just drift off to sleep for a few hours and then come back up, probably reconvene around this area. Marvin, you said that you wanted to train, so I suppose you'd be headed out to the gardens as well.
Yeah, he would ask Katya as well, because he didn't give him an answer. It's
Well,
just
I'm gonna
some
say
friendly
no.
sparring.
Friendly spa.
Oh. It's fine. You guys don't
Maybe
have to.
tomorrow.
I just want to keep the daily training going.
Ivan would definitely like just point out a few locales. He would point there, just say, he would point at that door and just say, "That's the games room. Up here. That's the library. For guests. We actually do have a few books on very basic magecraft in there, but that's it. It's and down there is my office. He also then like points over there. That's that over there. That over there is that over there is the master bedroom, but I don't use it. Please refrain from entering that room, please.
Gonna activate mystical vision. What's it called?
Yeah.
Does that door also has like a shit ton of fucking like
It
wards?
actually
or, like,
doesn't. It actually doesn't have any magical defenses. None of the rooms here do.
Okay. Also, you just notice that's a fucking 11-foot long pool table. What the?
Oh, just FYI,
This is a
I tried.
billiard table, not no pool table. What you mean?
Just FYI, I fucked up. I kind of fucked up a little bit with the scaling on that. So my bad.
Yeah.
I mean, no, like I'm not even.
Yeah,
I'm not even
friggin-
like blowing down on it or anything. It's just like some big ass fucking pool table.
Actually, it's just a snooker table.
Yeah, it's just a snooker table. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a snooker.
Snooker?
Yeah.
What the frick is that?
It's basically the same thing as billiards.
Don't
Okay,
you
so-
dare, Jericho. Don't you dare compare those.
Okay, so tell me after the session because the only
Yeah,
I
other
will.
pool equivalent is like billiards that I know, and that's like 1800s Europe and America that I know. But
I will
don't
tell you
know.
after the session, but
yeah,
the snooker
so-
week is going on. That's why I'm like, don't you dare compare those two.
Okay, fair enough. I genuinely thought they were synonyms, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so while this goes on, right? While everyone's just like having fun. Saber will kind of like say to everyone basically, while it is indeed very important to rest and recuperate, also I must stress that time is of the essence. With any luck, we'll be there before the ruler manifests, but no matter what, we have to beat the other team to them.
Ivan
Copy
nods
that.
and just says, cool. I might need to check a few things in my office real fast. It's been a few days and there might be some paperwork. Ivan just like fucks off to his office.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, Jay finds spare room, and as we kind of get ready to bed down, Caster would see Jay kind of looking around the room and checking everything, like every nook and cranny he can think of, see if this place is bugged, tapped, or has any of those weird magic etches that were on the plane.
Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. Here we go. Okay. Investigation. I said investigation. That's a 5, the first one.
Okay. As far as you can tell, this place isn't bugged. And to be fair, you have no idea what to expect, because you had that state-of-the-art armory, but also really old technology, and you can tell that like all the doors and like hinges are like old-fashioned. You have no idea what to expect from this fucking house at this point. But as
Okay.
far as you can tell, there's no like spy tech or anything like that, anything that's supposed to spy on you or anything like that.
Okay. I wish I knew how the frig mages snooped on people. That way I'd know what to expect.
You know, Caster kind of just says, I know you're very savvy on cliche, Jay, but if I'm being honest, crystal ball.
Oh,
you
magic
know-
gun.
you know, Caster, I wanted to at least suspend disbelief before I thought crystal ball or a frig off cauldron that they snoop on me with, but I guess traditions still carry over. But also, new place, you can never be too careful these days, and it kind of Jay looking over. If there's a mirror in his room, he kind of puts his finger up against it
then checks if it's a doubles, if it's a two-way mirror or not.
It doesn't seem
Is it
to
two-way
be.
mirror? Okay.
I imagine you spend like a good 30 minutes checking thoroughly the entire time, and all you can figure out is this is just like a room.
Yeah, this is just a room. So they probably just regular magic stuff. Alrighty. So today's and Jay's more comfortable using the telepathy now.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's investigations have been, well, somewhat fruitful. We don't. Original objective, unfortunately, was unconclusive, but we did figure out some alternatives. Number one, we have information that unless we want to go all the way to Mother Russia and get access, yeah, no, that place is tighter than Fort Knox. Number two, even if we went to Snoop again, Ivan has staff that is ready and willing to throw down if they spot intruders sneaking around. So that's a big concern while we're at this house. Number three, even though they're artist renditions, still does not dissuade fact of maybe our friend is a vampire. Maybe I should start carrying sticks of holly or salt and garlic or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Leon, ask that, Ivan.
Ivan would just actually note to Leon that Elias actually has a smaller workshop set up in the garage. You could probably ask him if you want access.
Leon will shrug and be like, I suppose I'll do that then.
As you, Leon, kind of head out to the garage, which is very far away from the actual manor. This is a gigantic plot of land. This is not at all what you're used to. It's what you expected, really. But I mean, even then, it's kind of wild being supposedly comfortable and kind of treated as an equal by someone who owns a house, a manor, a gigantic plot of land as big as this. It's kind of infuriating, but it's also kind of I guess this is how it is. As you kind of approach the garage, you see Elias, who's basically just kind of been sorting things out. He's not actually started working on anything. But you can spot him from a mile away because, of course, they all wear red.
Oh fuck, I was muted. Nobody caught my funny joke.
Okay.
What's it called?
Damn.
I call Elias a red shirt. What's it called? But
Sure.
but what's it called? With that being said and done, I suppose Leon would kind of just look around after walking all the way here and being like, oh fuck, this far away. He's just gonna look around and say, well, actually, Elias is right there, you said, right?
Yes.
He's gonna say, you're Elias, right? I was told by Ivan that I could borrow this little workshop of yours for a little bit.
Well, I suppose you could. I was about to do some checkups on the limousine, but I suppose it's not a problem if Ivan says it's okay. What exactly are you planning to
Oh,
may I ask?
I have uh, an item that needs constant maintenance, just to make sure that it's not, falling into disrepair. It's more of it on the magecraft side of things. I couldn't really ask to work on the workshop in the main house, because that's, well, protected by, I want to say, like roughly 100 layers of magecraft wards. So
Something
I
to
can't
that number,
exactly
yes.
I can't exactly ask to work there. So I asked if I could work here instead. I may need to
Kind of-
borrow some tools of yours.
He kind of nods and kind of like kind of like squints his eyes, kind of like kind of like looking you up and down, and says, "Hmm, you seem like a sensible enough gentleman. In that case, help yourself to my tools. There is nothing that is particularly restricted in my workshop, so feel free to call if you need any help."
He shrugs and says, alright, I'll be doing that, I suppose.
Before you kind of like head into the workshop, he kind of asks, well, he kind of stops you and says, "By the way, am I correct in assuming that you will be Ivan's ally in the coming weeks?"
He looks over and kind of does like this motion, I guess, with his hand where he kind of like puts it on, like in the back of his neck, and he's like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, the question, huh?" And he says, "Well, I'll put it this way. We were told that we are going to be allies by some bloke up there in in the mountains, and I suppose that's what we're going to be doing until, unless Ivan thinks otherwise, and tries to shoot us or something, or drink our blood, or whatever it is that he does. We are, for now, going to be allies against, these rogue servants, I suppose, and beyond that, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen after that. But trust me when I say that I don't really go back on my word. And, you seem like a decent enough fellow. So I'll say that you have my word that until the time comes when we need to part ways, I'll try to make sure that Ivan doesn't get himself killed out there.
And that is all I ask. I suppose it is too naive to ask a mage to promise to be on Ivan's side, but that much is appreciated.
Oh, don't
Ivan
get
is a
Go ahead.
Ivan's a gentle soul. The word betrayal is not even in his dictionary.
He'll kind of raise an eyebrow and he just goes, "Well, I'm not sure if I 100% believe you, and not because I don't trust you or anything, but more because, well, me and mine have been burned by Magi before in the past, and, well, Ivan, coming from such a long line of Magi, you have to understand it's hard for me to trust someone like that."
I see. The Krov family is indeed rather ancient and has a long line of traditions, and Ivan has been brought up like that and has continued to pursue that form of magecraft in memoriam of his parents. That being said, he's not the type to cravenly pursue any sort of bigger picture. He's not a mage after the root. He's not a mage after fame and the association. He just wishes to honor the ones who came before him in his own way.
Thinks for a moment. And then he says, Actually, can I insight check? Elias.
Go ahead.
You're just gonna Wasagi.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the narrative 20. Go ahead.
Yeah, the narrative 20. You can tell that there's a sort of like, not disappointment, but kind of like a bit of like regret in Elias's voice. You can tell that what he's saying is the truth, but you can also tell that Elias is kind of like, you know, upset that there was clearly something that happened that caused Ivan to no longer really have any sort of ambition, and that's this thing that Elias sort of laments, but through that sorrow and lamentation, you can tell that his words are, at the very least, entirely believed by him.
Ilion is going to just kind of look over and he'll say, tell you what, when the day comes when Ivan actually deems it important to share anything with us, and I get to know more about him, then you'll have a more certain guarantee that that I'm on your side. But well, I can tell by how you're phrasing this and your look that it clearly has gone through some stuff. So
I
go ahead.
won't disclose it, but yes, he has.
He kind of nods and says, well, I won't pry. Not like it's not really my place to ask, nor probably your place to tell me. But just keeping this between us. If Ivan doesn't want us to suspect that he's up to something, well, he should probably not act like he's up to something. That's just my opinion, though.
Yes, he really has not had much interaction outside of Elaine and I, as well as his contact from the church, though even then it's mostly business rather than an actual bond. He's not used to the concept of opening up to people. But at the very least, please bear with him. I can give you my word as a butler that he is not up to anything untowards.
He thinks for a moment and says, well, I've never had a butler or had to rely on someone a butler's word for anything, so it's a new experience for me. I guess what I could say is I'll take your word for it, and that's as much as I can tell you.
But yeah, so you had to do some repairs, like some maintenance on your gauntlet. And yeah, so meanwhile, Katya, who has been circling Saber like a vulture,
It's force of habit.
so while you're like sitting, like lying down in bed, taking a good long fucking rest after the events that have transpired within like a day, you're a bit jet lagged because there's no way this has been like a day, right? But Saber kind of like sits down on the bed, and just kind of asks, I was quite surprised when you turned down the Master of Berserker's offer to train Master. I didn't realize this had taken such a toll on you.
Actually, funny you would say that. I'm thinking of actually taking up the offer and going out there. I just need a bit of a nap.
That is very fair. She kind of seems a bit like contemplative right now, like there's a lot on her mind. But she kind of just looks up at you and asks, Master, for this upcoming challenge,
Hmm?
do you think you're ready?
To be honest, I have no idea.
She nods and has like a slight smile on her face actually and says, That... Really, I believe that might have been the best response.
I mean, I was originally supposed to be a bodyguard for everyone else on this team. I was never intended to be a master.
And yet, you took up the mantle of master. Was it just in your contract, or did you volunteer?
I volunteered. You know, sound exciting.
And
Can't say I've hated it. Been a lot of fun so far.
I'm glad. You should always embrace these moments of levity, Master. They're important, especially before the war actually starts. There's a lot of bad things happen during these wars, Master. More than you can possibly imagine. And so, I pray that you prepare yourself for that, but also relish the good times you have beforehand.
Yeah, For now, I think the best thing to do is not think about it.
Very well. I can respect that. Now, I do not wish to keep you waiting. I will stay by your side, but I won't get in the way of your training with the Master Berserker.
Right. Let's get going. Let's see what he's up to.
What a long
And-
way to just say Marvin.
And so you appear, and I don't actually have a garden map, so I'm gonna type in D&D grass battle map.
Actually, quick question. In the basement, outside of the door, would anything
Yes.
else ping for magical things like the weapons or...
Yeah, so the weapons themselves, no. The weapons themselves, no. However, the bullets are
Yeah.
all very much pinging.
And there are no traps pinging?
No, actually, no. Never mind. There are traps, actually. You can tell that there's a trap kind of like laid. Roll me an investigation, please.
Would I have any advantage or...
Yes, I'd say you'd have advantage because you're, of course, you're equipped to dealing with mages who lay traps. 13? All right. No, even here, it is very much like a simple, enchantment. Basically, if you try to take anything out, if you touch anything in this armory, it's gonna send out an alarm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. But yeah, the door to the room down here is also has like a magic alarm, and this one has an alarm, but also you can tell by the intense amounts of like magical energy that this must be Ivan's workshop or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, that's basically what you see.
Interesting.
I'm glad I
He-
was cognizant of that.
For the viewers, Marvin does seem to keep notes on his telephone on all these things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he just goes outside.
Yeah. So here we are, garden map, baby. You kind of like step outside. Walk me through like your like kind of what is the training that you do?
Well, first he would start with trying to get a lot of shocking grass out on if there's something like a big rock or something that can catch on fire because of lightning.
Yeah. I mean, it's branches, right? You could probably get some branches. Also, I'm realizing this map looks exactly like the place where they fight Berserker in Fate Stay Night.
I was gonna say, it looks exactly like the fucking clearing where they fight him.
Hey, who knows? Maybe random
Wait, but
ruler
Steven's gonna
shows
come out
up.
here though.
I'm kinda hurt that you're training cantrips and you're not asking the cantrip master to help you out.
I asked you.
But you know,
So what do you
he
mean
was
you
like, "Hey,
hurt?"
I'm gonna be in the fucking workshop, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Indeed, so it's on you. But yeah, no, the reason he's training this is he's training to quickly pick the right runes and infuse it with the right magic,
Yeah.
right power amount. And after that, some physical training. So
Right.
just your basic routines.
As you train your magic, Cleos kind of like watches you and kind of just says, Master, I have been a lot of things, but I've never been a mage. It always eluded me. Despite my being in the Age of Gods, most of the magic that I handled was through weapons. So this is interesting. I've seen you fight through maddened eyes, and you're a physical fighter, and yet you choose to wield magecraft alongside it.
To be honest, Cleos. And Marvin looks around first before he speaks further to see if no one is around.
No one seems to be around, no.
There is a weird thing in the mage world that if you're not a prodigy of the family, they banish you away. Let's just say I wasn't a prodigy. I have a hard time using many magics. And the woman that eventually helped me and was there for me, teach me everything I know. She learned me a few easy to use runes that I can use alongside of my fighting style. And she learned me how to use magical weapons like my gun and magical ammunition.
I see. This woman means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Well, if your whole world has fallen apart and there's someone there to build it up, it's generally making you care about them.
When you say that, you kind of see a look in his eyes. Almost like he's about to tear up. As he just says, I know that feeling, Master. Very much so. I'm happy that there's a person in this world that's worth fighting for you. One that helps you out of the pit of darkness that you might have had in your past.
That's why, if by any stupid ways of fate I do end up getting the wish, I want to fulfill her wish and not any of my own. Stupid, isn't it?
Don't be so hard on yourself, Master. I have a selfish wish, but I also know what it's like to fulfill the wish of another and be the wings under their sail. It's a thing that I've done before to a man who meant a lot to me, who saved me from my darkness as well. So, no, I do not think this is stupid, Master. I think it's very human of you.
And I apologize if doing this traveling that we will do together, I will seem harsh or foolish or dumb. Most of the times they are masks I put up because you have to in the work I do. When you are stern, people won't mess with you. When you are foolish, they underestimate you. They're all tactics for a better advantage.
And if I seem foolish or dumb in the face of battle, I apologize. For that is me without the mask.
Honestly, after I seen you fight, and even if you seem foolish, you have already earned my admiration. That's why I chose to summon you. I knew
appreciate
you would
it,
be a
Master.
great hero.
That... You have no idea how much those words mean to me. But, thank you. And as you start, your physical training, Kleos can actually, gives you like a bit, like some pointers. He doesn't actually give you too many because you've been at this for a while. You understand most of the theory, and it's not, this is more to just keep you not rusty or anything. But Kleos does, kind of train alongside you, because magecraft may not be his forte, but when it comes to physical stuff, that's his deal.
Yeah.
And eventually, Katya and Saber appear.
I mean-
Oh?
Do they say something, or do I just hear a twig snap?
I mean, there's like a clearing. It is, this is still a garden. It's not, you're not in a forest.
Yeah, no, but if they come from the side, it depends on how they approach what my reaction would be.
Pokemon battle.
So, Katya, how would you approach Marvin?
I would just walk normally like a human being.
But from the front, from the side?
From the direction where
Yeah,
the door from the mansion is.
yeah, the front.
Yeah. Katya's not sneaking.
No, it's better because he would have threatened her.
I'm not gonna take like a rifle and like snipe you.
No, but if you sneak up on him, for whatever reason, he would just point a gun at you and be like, "Who is there?"
Yeah.
See that you're just approaching, he's like, "Ah, you came to train as well?"
Yeah. Came to whip your ass before going to sleep.
What do you want? Just a fist fight? Weapons allowed?
Just a fist fight. I don't plan on having bullet holes in me before, tomorrow.
Skills allowed?
What's allowed?
My skills and techniques. Buff myself.
I mean, that's what a fight is, isn't it?
I just want to know if I need to hold back. As he cracks his knuckles.
kind of,
Just don't break any ribs.
Saber kind of like, takes a stance and says, if he will break any ribs, I will be there to make sure he's not able to anymore, Master.
Saber, please don't make any threats you can't ensure. Second of all she has to do for me to stand down is either say that she gives up or tap twice. I'm a fair fighter. But sometimes my strength even goes further than I anticipate. So if I do break a rib, it's not on purpose.
Alright, you can stop talking big now.
And let's get initiative up. Wait, that's the dice roller. Where's initiative?
Rage!
Alright, so where is I can't actually find initiative. There you are. Go ahead, roll.
I mean, I will rage before initiative, but let's
fine,
go.
yeah. As you take your stance, Kleos kind of let me take it to the common battle. Kleos will kind of call out the, Saber, you seem to have a massive chip on your shoulder. How about after our masters spar, we go another round? You seem to be constantly staring glances at me like you're trying to kill me after all. Saber kind of tenses up and kind of says, we shall see what my master permits. For now, be quiet and let them duel. Marvin, you're up.
So, seeing that it's just a fist fight, let's walk up and punching his strength and proficiency or without proficiency?
You are always proficient with your unarmed strikes, so yeah.
Alright. 18.
18. Does
I
that hit?
took the shield AC from me, off from me.
Yeah.
And damage is 1 plus strength, right?
Indeed.
So you take 6 damage.
6 damage, okay.
Because rage is on top of that. And I don't have extra attack, so it's your turn.
Alright.
It's my turn. You're raging, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you need to attack or be attacked in order for rage to be maintained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or my rage actually allows me to also use my bonus action instead to continue it.
Yes, we're using a hybrid of normal barbarian and 1D&D barbarian.
Yes.
Okay, what I was gonna do is I was gonna use action to disengage, bonus action step of a wind to run away so that your rage ends and then
That
charge
would be
back
really-
in.
That would be really
Yeah,
funny.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, if that doesn't work... okay. Key point. Flurry of blows. I attack 3 times.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The 17th hit.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
that's 4 and
2?
2. So that's 6 damage.
You know what? I'm gonna... Wait, never mind. Yeah, okay. That's all I can do.
Okay, Marvin.
Let me just make a quick unarmed strike.
Yeah, that's very much fine. Kind of as as Marvin puts his guard up and Katya boom, boom, boom. Cleos yells, "You could do this! Withstand those blows, Master!" And Saber just yells, "Show him pain, Master!"
And boom.
Yeah.
6 again.
Yeah, your turn. Yeah, my unarmed strikes are just automatic damage. That's nothing to roll.
Katya.
Okay, after those 2 hits, I change my stance very quickly, throwing out just a single strike, and
3.
instead, I'm gonna use patient defense.
Okay. Your turn, Marvin. As Katya starts to take a stand. Oh, what does your dodging stance look like, Katya?
I'll probably be just sideways hopping on my feet, ready to just slide back as soon as you start any move.
Yeah.
In that case,
Oh.
Wait. Yes, that misses.
Yeah. Katya didn't even need patient defense.
Didn't even need it. But better safe than sorry. I dash backwards before quickly dashing in. Trying to kick you, I guess. That's a thing I can do.
Oh.
Missing.
When you miss, because I have been Marvin is like, you know what? I have been playing nice. It's done. Because he has. Let's see where it is. Repost.
Oh.
If you miss you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend one spoiler die with a melee weapon attack against a creature.
Yeah.
If you hit, deal X damage.
Okay.
That's how we're playing. That misses.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Can I use your boss?
Well, actually,
You can use your boss.
actually,
Oh.
when I miss,
You
Wait a
can, yeah.
I can use a superior die to add to that.
Actually, let me double check. Let me double check if Battle Master maneuvers are can stack. Let me just check. I think they can.
It's one of those, if they specify they can be added, they can, otherwise they don't.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought it's always the other way around. They always stack unless they say they don't.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna double check.
Just
this.
check.
Yeah. I'm just.
Also, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but this fucking battle music, Loki, sounds like the fucking sound that Mr. Krabs requests on the radio.
Yeah, where he is a robot.
Fuck off! It's Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Leave me alone.
It's a SpongeBob robot music.
Looking at the layout, I would put all the discords in one row and all their personal tokens beneath them.
I
So
mean,
that you can see which character, player plays which character with what servant.
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
It's
again,
just some advice how I
okay.
would do it.
Again, I'm
So,
tweaking
as-
the layout. Go ahead.
So as far as I can tell, you can just stack them. There's nothing there's no feature that says you can use this maneuver even if you use another one, which means that they stack.
Okay,
So,
I might have been thinking about sorcery.
20.
Yeah, you're thinking of sorcery points, I think. Yeah, that's a 20. That hits.
And plus 1d6.
Yeah.
It's 11
Ooh.
damage.
Okay, that's actually a really meaty hit. Can you describe what you do here?
So, Katya tries to go for the kick. I presume she tries to do some kind of flying kick. So
Yeah.
I step aside and just punch straight down to her gut.
Okay. Well,
I can imagine that.
Well, then that's fucking Marvin's turn now.
He says, "You sure you don't want to tap out?" You look
You
a bit
just,
rough.
I just glare up at you.
Alright, I have asked.
Oh,
Did you still dodge, by the way? Because
yes,
Um,
you. It was actually.
I'm just asking you, Katya, would you still have dodged? If you say yes, I will roll a disadvantage.
wait, it's.
Oh yeah, wait,
it's-
no, but no, it's
not your
still
turn
Katya's
yet.
turn. Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
still Katya's
alright.
turn actually. Yeah, no, you're right. It is still Katya's turn.
Right.
I just missed a
And
attack.
continue.
Yeah, after that attack, I'm gonna patient defense again.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you would have to roll that again. Please don't hit. Thank God.
Your turn.
And you can riposte.
Is he good?
I can. I will.
Only I'm not playing nice anymore.
Damn.
Do
That
I
misses.
precision attack?
The precision attack.
Do you precision attack?
You're really funny.
Oh, I do.
Okay. You can do that 2 per long rest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So because we used both on an
Yes.
both and precision attack, we have lost both.
In order to explain this to the audience, the rule that we're using here is a homebrew rule that I've come up with that martial characters are able to use any battle master maneuver a number of and they can use a maneuver a number of times per long rest equal to their proficiency bonus. This is to buff marshals in order to help them keep up with casters, especially in the Fate world. But yeah.
I'm gonna quickly add because the 6 that Marvin rolled
Oh.
that was to hit, not damage.
Yeah.
There we go. My gut slightly recovers.
But yeah, roll that d6, Katya.
Do I hit? I
Yeah.
hit.
Actually, the damage was because of the precision attack.
No, yeah, but like she added the
Oh.
6 as well, and as well as the 5. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Okay, so
she
that hits.
then she would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
that
hits.
So then there's 5
And then
bludgeoning and
there's
6 on the
6.
security die.
That's
5.
5.
Yeah, that's 5.
But because of that, you take 1 damage.
Yeah, so as you kind of like fire, you fire that riposte attack. Actually, describe me the riposte attack.
That depends on what Marvin does.
Yeah.
How do you
actually,
hit?
actually, no, that was just like a regular strike. Actually, never mind.
Marvin would just go in for an elbow attack.
Yeah.
So how
Elbow
would you
attack.
post?
Honestly, I'm gonna charge in and stop it with both my hands before you build up the momentum, and then elbow you in return.
Nice.
So as you elbow him, you feel a sort of like a shaking as some runes kind of activate on Marvin's person as you feel like you've also been elbowed in the face. You don't take as much damage as you deal to him,
Hmm.
but it's a weird sensation that you feel like you've just been hit by yourself. But hey, you know how much your elbows hurt now.
After that, I once again enter like a defensive stance. Like, what the hell happened?
So when you go defensive stand on my turn, let's put
Wait,
this-
hold on. Let me figure this out. Is this your turn now? Because hold on, I've lost track because of the fucking riposte.
Wait, so Marvin missed, and I attacked, and then I took damage.
Yes. So then it's your turn. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of turn, then it's me.
It's
Yeah.
confusing.
God damn. Okay.
Let's say EOT.
Yeah, people need to say end
easier.
of turn. But yeah. So Katya, your turn.
Okay, this ain't looking good. I'm gonna
Looking
go
good for
down
me.
swinging.
I'm healthy.
You doing a flurry of blows?
Mm-hmm.
Only the
Oh.
first one hits,
2.
which you take 1 damage.
This ain't looking good.
Yeah. So I'll say that, like, you put in your flurry of blows, but I'll say that that one is a result of, like, you again feeling the punch exactly in the place where you punched him. Throws you the hell off.
Hmm.
And Marvin, it's your turn.
You sure you don't want to give up?
What
They'll not
was
look-
that ability you're using?
Fun, isn't it?
Hmm,
Does that hit?
that misses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Alright, then it's your turn.
Yeah, swing and a dodge.
Alright, I attack once. Missing.
Mm.
I'm gonna...
You second win for 2. Wait,
No, that's correct.
Yeah, you
that's correct, yeah.
minimum.
Uh,
I guess I'm just tired and not feeling it today.
yeah.
Your turn.
Alright, let me look real quick on what I can do for some things.
Like-
I mean, Katya
Okay.
doesn't count as mage, right?
Katya would not count as a mage
Yeah.
for the purposes of.
That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. You know what? I could roll intimidation, but I won't.
That'd be really
I will-
funny.
I haven't because of rage. Really,
Yeah.
I would have failed. But with disadvantage,
Oh.
missing. Your turn.
Oh wait, no. Katya wasn't dodging, so it would have been a straight roll, but that's still an 11.
Oh yeah, then
Okay.
it's your turn.
Katya, you're up.
Good, I'm
I
gonna
just
throw more
realized-
punches once again.
Oh, ah!
All missing.
That's a second net one! What the fuck?
God damn! Everyone's
know-
rolls have just gone to shit.
Well,
You can, after that one first gut punch, you can see that I've been thrown off and I'm yet to recover.
well, it says, you know what? If you don't stand down, I'm gonna make reckless attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
6 damage.
Jesus Christ.
You do have advantage on all attacks now.
All attacks?
All
attacks, yeah.
attacks, you have advantage.
Uh,
But
What does the
again,
reckless
once
attack look like, actually?
oh yeah, like describe your reckless attack for me.
well, you see as Marvin, where he normally goes when he attacks, immediately backs up into defense.
Hmm.
Now it just doesn't. He keeps just smacking.
He's just A-posing.
No,
You're just blitzing me.
he just, yeah, he keeps on punching. He doesn't care about defense.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you know, if you're just going to me to punch, I'm
By the
gonna
way,
go over
Jericho,
here.
I realized something. Two of them hit. I realized something about my ability, which we did a little bit wrong, but we will do correct from now on.
Yeah.
I take from this damage 5, right?
Yes.
Katya take 4 because the minimum damage that it can be dealt back is my proficiency bonus, which means
Yes. That is correct. That is correct. So Katya should have been down, but it's fine.
it's fine. She now
I
takes
wouldn't-
4
would I be
damage. No, you just take now 4 damage and we continue from
yeah.
there.
You wouldn't be down. You would have -6.
So I will be down this turn if I had applied.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Marvin is
still up though.
Yeah, Marvin is like, come on, I'm not even halfway done. Just give up. We both know who wins this.
Shut the fuck up, you smug ass bitch.
I said, give up. Damn.
It's just two like dogs yapping at each other in a park.
I presume intimidation is
how
bonus,
loud
right?
is this?
I think I don't think it's that loud. To be fair, like it's just a fist fight.
It's just
I know,
I'm
but I'm
not a
imagine-
loud person.
yeah, we're not
I know.
yelling at each other. We're just
I know, but I'm imagining fucking Elaine trying to walk up the driveway, seeing this happening, like, this
Like-
shit's normal. Just
so for my attack, because I presume intimidation is bonus action.
Yes, I'll say it as a bonus action.
Let's go. 6 damage.
And that sets me exactly to 0.
So you kind of like, because this is like, sparring. I'm not gonna say that you get knocked unconscious, but
I would say bring it on 1 HP,
yeah,
right?
you'll be at 1 HP. But Marvin, how do you want to finish this?
Well, actually, with my favorite move in real life. When Katya goes for the punch, I step in, throw her on the ground, and go in for a stamp, but just before I hit her face, I stop. And I back up, walk to Clears. He's like, oh, Saber, maybe you want to help your master. And if I were you, I would recommend against fighting Clears. You couldn't
Saber.
even move the last time.
Saber kind of like
This fucking bitch.
helps you up, Katya, like kind of lifts you to your feet, dusts you off, and says, Master, do I have permission to fight for your honor?
my god, just like a half-dead Marvin getting pummeled the shit
Yeah,
out of my
Marvin-
saber.
Marvin turns around. He says, for what it's worth, Katya, you do have my respect.
Kind of
If
Cleo
you wish to
kind-
fight Cleos.
Thank you. And both masters, I would appreciate if you stood back.
Actually, I would prefer we're not fighting yet. Without permission. Well, fuck that permission. Clears! You may fight her. You don't have to hold back. Just don't kill. Got
Thank
it?
you, Master. Got it, of course.
Happy. Then Marvin walks up to Katya to help her to the side.
And
Ah,
you
shit.
see Saber and Cleos kind of start to like encircle each other. And then as you're just kind of like, backing away, you see as they charge towards each other. And
Marvin grabs one of his sandwiches he had left. Offers half of it to Katya. We gotta need some snacks, right?
let's see.
I look at you with a mixture of anger and I shouldn't be angry, this is just sparring. But I hate how smug this asshole is.
It's a 16.
You're
Come
looking
on.
at it with annoyance.
You look at me as if I'm smug, but we both thought that I've proven my right. And even if I didn't rage, so your hits would actually hit more, you will feel more of the pain as well. Reflected back at
Jesus
you.
Christ. They're having this fucking casual conversation while this clash is happening. in
Yeah,
front
no,
of them.
you're
Oh.
having
Okay.
you're having a casual conversation, and in the middle of it, you
Actually-
are interrupted by a gigantic boom.
In Cleo's head, he would have heard like, I don't know how to say it, but use my hit dice.
Okay, so, as So, Leon, because the garage is nearby, you hear Ivan in your
in the
office.
house.
Ivan in your office. Jay in the bedroom where you're trying to take a fucking nap. Boom!
I
Uh,
immediately looks out the window in his office.
how far is the garden from us?
I imagine
From the house.
Leon was using like a fucking was borrowing like a magnifying glass to
Yeah.
make sure
Just
to
like
do,
smash it.
just do like the maintenance on the gauntlet, and then the rumble like hits the garage, and he like damn near messes up, and he looks around like, oh fuck, he's gonna put down the tools, slip on the glove, and kind of rush out because he thinks, well, were we under attack? What is happening?
Fucking Jay immediately gets out of bed like, oh shoot. Puts on, it's like, he puts on his boots, puts on his jacket and pants, friggin' we under attack, and just runs outside.
As
Use
Marv-
those hit
Can I even see out the window?
I'd say yeah, you can, but the thing is, and as I'm going to describe here, Marvin and Katya, you see two servants, almost equally matched. Just kind of, you see like the aftershocks, you see the motion blur of the swords as they just kind of like, it looks like they're teleporting around the battlefield as they finish with a gigantic sword clash as they're just like pushing against each other, completely ready to just continue on this fight. But eventually, Leon, you fucking just run, you haul ass out of the garage, and you see whatever this, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, you see Katya badly beaten up. Almost knocked out.
Leon
Marvin
is
eating a sandwich.
While eating a sandwich.
Well, I
Marvin
mean-
half beaten up eating a sandwich.
the first the first thought that would race into Leon's head, because obviously as a Westerner, he looks everything from left to right. So first he would, if he's coming in from the right side, I assume like he's looking forward. The first thing
Yeah.
he would see is this, right, which is Berserker
Yeah.
fighting the Saber. Then his eyes kinda go like to the right and would see like I guess Marvin looking relatively I guess hurt but not too hurt.
Eating a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah, and
Probably
like,
really chuffed of himself.
and like Katya like on the ground. Maybe she has like the sandwich in hand, but like Leon might not register that at first. What's the call? And but like she's looking super beat up, like way more like in relative terms than Marvin does. So Leon has like a million things racing through his head at the moment, and he's like, "Did Marvin betray us? Is that what's happening right now? What the
Marvin,
fuck?"
Marvin sees you
Here's the
guys
thing, it's
running.
funny.
Marvin sees you guys running over. He's like, "Oh guys, come here! I have more sandwiches. You can watch the show with us."
Four star. No, just kidding.
Okay, so over here, Jay, who is running up with Casta with his friggin' M4 collapsed low ready, and as soon as we get to the friggin' the garden, he's like high ready looking. Now here's the thing, because of the military, they forced us to kind of look from right to left because that's where blind spots get you for patrols. So basically, JC's the opposite. So
Yeah.
at first, JC's Katya on the ground, beat up, but then eating a sandwich next to friggin' Marvin, who looks a little bit stuffed up, but not too bad. and then looks over, sees DBZ fight going on. Oh shoot! All right, what does Samuel is going on?
As
Because
All those,
fucking the two of them.
all that bonus damage.
as you like Kleos is going to eat up your hit die. So how many hit die do you have right now?
3.
3. So yeah, going to actually wait no actually you don't notice that he uses you don't feel any sort of like particular pull from you. You know that Berserker was able to just use your hit dice to fuel his attacks, but it doesn't seem to be doing that right now. You're not sure if he doesn't want to or but Ivan sprinting in. What do you yell out, Ivan, to try to get them to fucking stop?
Speaking here, I think Ivan's just like in panic mode. He's like he's like internally going, "Oh no!" Just like this is too close for this shit. I don't think he would say anything. I think he would just like. I think in like between in one of the clashes, he would just like hold both arms out, or like it can just it's like it be like stop.
As Archer just yells, "Master, stop! Why?" As does 29 hit?
Hold up, friggin'
yes.
A. If that's going on,
Oh, 11 doesn't
JC
hit.
and Ivan go down. Friggin' Jay's gonna intercept that.
11 does
29.
not hit.
Yeah.
Friggin' go. Like, could I just take the hit from Ivan because Maz is being dumb?
Yeah,
and
I'll
in
say
the middle of
you
a
can
fight?
like Mr. Press and get down as you just push Ivan out of the way and just get pummeled.
Yeah, 11 doesn't hit.
Marvin just says, "Why the hell do you guys jump into the middle?"
I'm friggin' saving this dumbass from getting cut up.
As you just like get slammed by the sword as you see kind of like a madness in Kleos' eyes as he rears his sword up to hack at you again, but kind of stops.
Can Ivan like use? Can Ivan use like the Blood Mage Craft to try and like create a shield around on Jay for that moment?
Yeah, I'll say that you create like a shield over Jay but you do see Kleos kind of stop. Perhaps we kind of lowering the sword. Perhaps we went too far, Saber. Saber kind of looks around and says, "In the first place, I don't understand why a normal human would try to get in the way of a clash. But
Ivan just like for a second there just looks really shocked, kind of scared for a moment, but then like you just see like this look that can only really be described as honestly the Ivan just looks pissed. He actually in that moment like looks at like he actually looks at at everybody and just say, "I didn't mind you sparring, but could you have at least..." You just see like he actually seems upset. You this close to the house.
Actually, I was pretty sure he didn't hit anything for damage. But besides that, Kleos, as Marvin looks seriously at him, holding back your attacks like that is nothing but disrespectful for an opponent. If you don't warn them about it first.
Master,
That was a roll back.
yeah, no,
I'm curious
So-
what Saber would look like in her eyes when Marvin says that.
yeah, no, Saber kind of like shoots a look at Kleos. Yeah, meanwhile, Jay, don't hold back, Marvin says, as you've got like a fucking Caster is
Friggin'
quick.
gash.
Caster is quick to your side in order to like heal you up and like stitch that wound back up, but like, no, that was a sword slash. You are like you actually start to like genuinely, you took like half your health in one hit.
Basically, yeah.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, please
As
roll
you-
me a.
As you're looking
yeah?
that up, Indy's asking if she can hop in to listen in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, gonna answer that.
Yeah. Please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, lingering injury. We got lingering injury tables
Yeah.
right now.
Marvin yells at
That 20.
Okay.
Nice. Marvin yells at Cleos. The reason I told you to not hold back outside of noble phantasms was because I got respect for Katya. During our
Master.
fight.
No, you must understand. I was not holding back. I wasn't. I promise you. I swear on my honor as a hero. But my ability to fuel my attacks using your life force doesn't seem to be an ability that I can access right now.
I will accept that. But I know, taking them for myself, you hit harder. And if you say that's because you calmed down, that's fair. I will look then for you with your new abilities, what they are, and to test them out. But
Okay.
I wanted to show my respect, and I hope you do too.
So you managed to hang on there like with some fucking like somehow Jay. Caster is going to heal you up by that much, so you're fine now. But you like start like cough like it's almost you just start coughing up blood. Like it's not good until like you get some healing in you.
And
Are you okay, Jay?
Ivan
Okay.
actually does like look over at Jay and just say, "Sorry about that. Just
Ugh. Friggin' A. I've been shot at, blown up, bit by dogs, friggin' shaked, but this is the first I've been cut by a frig off sword by a Greek warrior. Friggin' A.
be happy the attack he did against me was, I guess, 3 times stronger.
Marvin, now's not the time.
Like, kind of looking back and forth, because like Jay is like teetering between consciousness right as
Yeah.
Caster heals him up. Like, okay.
okay." So one thing's for certain.
One thing's for certain,
Ivan-
don't friggin' run into a friggin' sword fight with
That
demigod
Ivan is-
level peoples.
Ivan didn't say one thing's for certain. I'm saying one thing.
No,
for certain.
Jay's saying one thing's for certain.
Yeah. But yeah, go on, Nathan.
Ivan just sort of just like first off, he checks to make sure Jay is okay, and then he looks at Marvin, who is instead of worrying about Jay or like the fact that he was literally fine with 2 servants fighting near his ancestral home for like God knows how long. He fucking decks Marvin in the face.
Ooh. Friggin'
Yeah, I won't say that you have to roll for that. That's a narrative punch.
No, yeah, Marvin will let you punch his face.
Yeah.
Like, what is your strength?
Ivan's strength is actually his weakest stat. He has a negative in that.
So sadly no damage, but Marvin says, listen, as he looks
No, you listen. You just see he is like seething right now. First off, what gave you the damn impression that you could have two damn servants fighting in my backyard?
I
Second off,
want Saber for that one.
you just see he just like Ivan just holds up a finger. Or you. This has been my family's home for ages, and you are aware of how strong servants are. Why did you think this was a good idea?
I didn't. I told Saber that this wasn't a good idea, but then I realized, looking at her face, that this would happen one day or another. You guys got all angry at me for lashing out on Saber. I apologized and I waited. I calmed down and I was curious what she did. She did the same thing to Cleos and you're still reacting it out to me. Then, as well, Jay, I'm sorry I'm not seemed that worried. I honestly am. But I know you could handle it, and I know you have Caster by your side, who not only helped me out from my death twice, but is way more capable of helping you than anyone I know. So I trusted you would be fine. So if you want to be mad at me, go ahead. All I did was spar with Katya, and even that I didn't want to take so far. But she didn't want to stand down either. And I did not want to go down myself, so I knocked her a bit down to at least get that to a standby. You all think I'm heartless, but I'm way more calculating than you think.
Ivan just like sighs, and you just see he immediately just like he looks over or at Jay, just says, "I'm so sorry you had to do that, but also, just
You good?
Ivan just like turns. Ivan turns to like the servants and Marvin just says, "You do you realize how much of an impact you guys have?" He just like how much damage has been done to the surrounding area? Just asking.
Honestly, not much. You can, like, you can tell that they did choose a, like, a spot where they wouldn't really do too much damage. But even then, there are several craters in the ground, and, like, some of the trees are damaged.
Just like gestures around at like the damage and just says, do you realize it is that this was a horrible idea? He is like, you can tell that this is the maddest he's been in a long fucking time.
And
like
Cleos kind of says, "You are correct. I apologize, Master of Archer. This was a foolhardy decision made by foolhardy people." And Saber kind of nods and says, "Yes, I also deeply apologize. We did choose to. I would not have agreed to a duel if I had not already made sure that the area was suitable for minimal collateral damage, but I understand this must mean a lot to you."
Ivan just like sighs. Like you can just tell like if that interaction has just taken all the energy out of him. Just goes, whatever, just find rooms. No more of this, please. He just looks so tired at this point. Just like you could tell he was tired from like general like talks before, but this is like this it almost seems like that outburst was just fully exhausting for him. He just like, just please, for the love of all that is good in this world, please just cut this out. Everybody go rest up. You Ivan's just like,
Okay.
I
Ivan, you good?
Ivan just like it sighs and just goes, Jay, you really shouldn't have taken that hit for me.
Look, man, it was either you. Look, it's second instincts. Uh, like running into, well, a fight is not, well, granted it's your house, but at the same time it can be dangerous just running into the middle of a fight. Know that from experience, but making sure folks are okay. All right, Katya, Marvin, you good?
listen.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm good.
Ivan just like, just
Saber,
tired. He's just,
Berserker, you guys good?
All I wanted to do was training. I trained with Katya, and
Ivan just
I
Ivan just looks over
wanted
at
to
Okay,
end
continue. Sorry.
there. The fact that the servants had a bone to pick with each other, you cannot put on me or Katya. Jay, what would you do in the army when two of your soldiers would only bump heads with one another instead of working together? Would you tell them a
Well,
way to
I'm
find it out? Or would you wait
well.
until they explode and then take it out and take everyone with them?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not an NCO, but that has happened before. But usually, it's either talk it out or, well, it's technically in AR 670-2. Fight it out in the barracks if it comes to it. If you're not good with talking it out,
No,
but that's beside the point. We just making sure everybody's good. I'm making sure everybody's good. Saber, Berserker, you guys good?
They kind of like nod, and Cleos says, "It was us who caused the damage. It was not. We are not the ones who should be checked up on."
Still,
Sighs
just
and just
make
goes,
covering bases, making sure.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, just make sure we all got our stuff. Okay, we all got our grievances settled. Got our got everything out of our systems. Uh, let's not give our host a frig off heart attack.
Kind of.
And
Cleos and Saber kind of like nod, and Saber says, "I apologize for getting over competitive, Berserker." And Cleos kind of shakes his head and says, "It's fine. I was too, but was it just over competitiveness, Saber? Or because my master is right, I have noticed you being on edge around me, and I can't quite place why. We have been summoned on the same side. Saber kind of hesitates for a bit and says, "It's not at all that I don't trust you. I was just... my emotions towards you are not negative. They are just merely... there's a feeling I cannot shake. But I realize now that causing wanton destruction for the sake of willfulness is not something that us heroic spirits should be doing. I apologize."
Okay. Glad everybody's all copacetic about
And
it.
Caster just kind
No.
of says, by the way, if we spend a few hours, I can patch all of you up because you all look like crap. So, just stand there and let me work my magic."
Make sure you do them first. I'm feeling decent still. And Ivan, for what it's worth, I'm sorry if it hurt you for you did fight here. I honestly
Ivan just
thought that this place as a grass field wouldn't be so bad if there was minimum damage. I'm sorry I didn't ask you first.
Ivan just like sighs and just says, "I thought it was just going to be a spar between the two masters and not the servants."
That was my idea until... You know what, that's fine now. I will take full
Please.
responsibility for what happened there.
I don't want to talk about this. Please just, please everybody. He just seems tired. Patch yourselves up and rest up. We have to go to Land's End tomorrow. I really don't want to talk right now.
Marvin just nods.
Okay, so
Would ask Katya. I presume everything between us is now fine as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leon just gonna.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
Mike.
there's a really bad crackling
Hold on,
in your
Katya was talking.
mic.
I would just kind of, I respond to like, yeah, but I'm more worried about Ivan right now. Like, cause so much unnecessary trouble for him.
Mm,
Uh,
Sorry for getting right in between. I wasn't thinking straight on that front, but you were so close to you are not that far from the house. I was worried that it could get damaged.
okay.
Leon. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
Leon just kind of looks over, like just at everybody, and just kind of goes, "Well, so now I suppose punching each other to resolve problems. It sounds like some anime bullshit, but I guess it worked out for all of you."
Okay. Note to self. Friggin' try to see if I can get something to protect from getting cut up with swords. And thanks you three for helping me back up.
Hey,
Well-
no problem, Master. What kind of caster would I be if I didn't help my guy?
I don't know any healing magecraft, but at the very least, I can try to pull you out when your guts are falling off.
Um, out of character, just asking, does Elias know in healing magecraft?
Does he? Yeah, he does. I'm pretty sure. Give me a moment.
Ivan's gonna call him over.
Because he might, but he might not. Let's see.
Looking at Jay.
Yeah. So Elias will kind of like come over, just kind of be like, what happened?
Just the servants got. Ivan just like sighs. He's like, you just see that he's just like. He just looks very vulnerable at the moment. The reason why he isn't sleeping, like he isn't speaking, is because like each word just brings him closer to just breaking down, honestly.
Hmm.
You need some help, Ivan?
And just like it shakes his head, like, but he almost seems a little bit unsure about it. I think Elias would be like sort of aware of like like when Ivan's like this, but like Ivan just starts like making his way towards the house. Just he really he's worried about Jay and like about the others, but at the same time, he just
He needs a
he
break.
just doesn't know if he can. Yeah, he doesn't know if he can deal with this.
Yeah, which is fair. But yeah, so
Let's just do what Ivan told us.
Well, actually, Marvin goes a bit off again to
what?
decide to continue practicing his runes.
We'll do prayer of healing. So we can just restore 7. Hit point. Oh, hey. So we'll restore 7 to everyone. And we'll cast it one more time.
Well,
6.
I suppose if all of us are just going to be doing our own thing for the rest of the night, I think we've done enough of enough chaos for the day. I'm just gonna go find one of the guest rooms and lay down myself. But if you guys are still feeling like, staying out here and in the middle of the garden, I suppose you can do that. What's it called? I imagine Leon, who helped Jay up, unless Jay still needs someone to like help him like stand up. He
It's
would
more
just-
like Jay's stubbornness. He's trying to stand up himself, but he's willing to accept help because
like he would
stubborn
probably
pride is like,
he'll probably just look at Jay like, "Come on, man, no, don't be stupid now." What's it called? And just gonna help him up and be like, "All right, let's get you back up to the house."
Yeah,
okay.
Marvin would respond to Leon. I will just finish my routine, then I will head to bed myself.
Oh, all right. Right before he leaves, Leon just kind of turns around and is like, "Oh, by the way, that spell could use some work." And he.
What do you mean? That was perfect!
Not perfect enough, trust me. We will pull.
The Hispanic parent.
Wait, what do you say?
He did a Hispanic parent.
Asian parent.
I mean, hey, Hispanic, or I guess Spanish speaking, not perfect enough. As he will just pull Jay, like offer him like his shoulder, basically, just gonna like pull him up over,
Yeah.
to the mansion.
But yeah, so as people go off, Saber kind of turns to you, Katya, and lowers her head. to you, kind of like gets on one knee and lowers her head and says, I am deeply sorry, Master. I wanted to fight for your honor, and yet I just brought you dishonor.
I'll be honest, Saber. I'm glad you fought for me. Even if it turned out like this.
I don't quite understand. Wasn't this all turned out horribly? How can you not berate me?
I presume it's just the four of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like they're probably like kind of like off to the side a bit while you're training, but yeah, I mean it's a wide grassy area.
Yeah, probably not right next to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try to listen in.
Motherfucker. I guess roll a perception.
Damn, that's my passive. Uh,
Yeah, so Saber's passive stealth is higher than that,
I mean,
actually.
all is stealth, I would say.
My passive
Try
stealth
to
is
hide it.
15.
If you
I mean,
try to hide it,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So I hear only Katya's side.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, what do you say to that, Katya? Saber asks,
mean-
like, yeah, like, how can you not berate me?
I got just as heated, if not more than you. I can't say that I'm over it yet.
I see. Well, I suppose we should set these things aside for now, as the Master of Archer is right. We are going to Land's End tomorrow. We should get ready.
Yeah. Let's rest.
If
And
Marvin would see the move up, he would say, before you go, one more thing, Saber.
she kind of turns to you.
If you don't mind, would you be willing to share more of these feelings, slash, yeah, your gut feelings you have? Might help me with my research to how servants work and their memories.
You get to roll me a persuasion check.
He does honestly look a bit vulnerable when he asked it.
Yeah.
If that helps.
Like I'll say you can have advantage with this.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As yeah, so she kind of thinks about it for a bit and says, I suppose. Please allow me some time to figure out what I want to tell you, and then I will.
Of course, share only what you feel safe to share, but the more we know, the more we can help each other. And the same goes for you, Katya. If you have anything against me or my servant, please let me know so that we can work on it. And if you ever want to train again, just sparring or just to work out together. Let me know.
Will do. I'll be sure to beat you next time.
I can't wait.
And yeah, so we'll end this session off by as Leon helps Jay back. Ryder kind of manifests right next to the two of them and says, I believe this should help alleviate the pain. Kind of passing the bottle of Chardonnay to Jay.
I'm surprised I didn't finish it.
Thinking about it, like, it is what it is. And friggin' Jay looking at the scar in like a mirror,
Yeah.
and like, well, this is how they used to do it back in the day. Jay gets a lighter and one of the cleaning rods. He takes a swig of Chardonnay, pours the Chardonnay on himself, like, okay, here we go. I've done this once.
Leon cringes as he knows what's coming, and he is like, you think we're back in the Dark Ages, mate? We have modern medicine to help with this.
Look, alright. Something my dad used to say, friggin' stars are reminders of what you walked away from. And, well, friggin' getting cut up by a sword, well, that's a bit. And also, hey, old-fashioned wounds, sometimes old-fashioned remedies help. Okay, I think that's good.
And, like Ryder kind of just says, Master of Caster, you are rather foolhardy, idiotic, completely unaware of the power that servants possess.
That's one way to put it.
But it is admirable that you would jump into danger to save one of your own. And for that, I must congratulate you.
Oh.
Though someone who wields the Servant of Caster, I would expect would have some actual form of protection. Unless you have a faulty servant, that is.
Yeah, maybe get Caster to get some, I don't know, reinforcement magecraft on your clothes so they don't get caught too easily.
Caster kind of materializes and says, "Alright, Ryder, I'd like to see you say that to my face. Actually, no, you probably would say it to my face, you pompous prick. But it does give me an idea. I'll tell you about it when we get to Land's End, Jay. But I think I might have something to help with that."
What, you're gonna summon me a magic suit of armor?
No. Something a bit more discreet and a bit more vulnerable. And as to a close, this session to a close.
Oh, my
You
audio
all
is dying.
you all. I hope had a. Who's got 10 this
Well,
everyone. Had a regard.
Holy shit, my ping.
I'm
There we
lagging
go.
out.
Yeah, it was Discord.
Yeah, Discord fucked up.
Yeah, Discord
Yeah,
was
Discord was
hitting me.
fucking up. But yeah, what I was saying is, yeah.
okay, so what did you say again, Jericho? I could not comprehend after
Yeah.
Master's idea.
I said thank you all for playing, thank you all for watching. Basically, even though things got a bit, heated in character, I hope everyone still had like a fun time and an enjoyable session. This ended up being another roleplay session. I had projected for you at least to get the Land's End this time, but we had some shenanigans.
I'm gonna name
Yeah.
this video. Name this video Slash of Life. Fuck.
I love friggin' day.
Right, Discord.
Yeah, so Discord's still bugged out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Discord's still
lagging
bugging
a
out.
lot.
Discord was
Uh,
really conspiring
If we
against us.
all
There we
just hop out for a moment and
I
then
mean,
join back in.
go. Hold on. We're
I'm
stable
doing
now.
the video outro. Hold
Yeah,
on,
we're
give me a
sta-
moment.
We're stable
Yeah,
now. We're stable now. Go ahead.
Fuck.
Do it quick.
God.
Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna make this outro really fucking quick because Discord will fuck up again. Thank you for watching. Please watch this on Vorti's channel, or if you're on Vorti's channel, please watch it on mine. We are going to do these continuously, as many Saturdays as we can. Please tune in. Thank you very much for watching, and that is the end. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Bye bye.
Later.